screen with you, okay, Serenity?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Oh, a hydrate from you.
Will that work for you if I share my screen
Uh,
to read along with me?
we'll just share it where?
Or I could just link you each one. I'm sharing the screen on Discord.
Uh, that could work.
Hello,
Should
Serenity
I,
stream.
should I, uh, should I stream the screen share or?
Don't understand the question.
Like, what am I supposed to be showing on my stream?
So, when I did it with Floop, yeah, I just showed her screen share.
Okay, okay.
And I cropped it to my liking, essentially.
Okay, I'll do that then. Oh!
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what did I do? I didn't want to do that.
What did you do? You got
Okay.
this.
Okay. I don't know how to use Discord.
You can do it. I love chicken Alfredo, so I picked the chicken Alfredo one. Okay.
How do I make it bigger?
I need... Do we have any of the ones that are like... What is it? Everybody Sucks or something like that?
Man, is this as big as it can get?
I cropped mine and then made it bigger on my stream. So if you hold Alt, you can crop the visuals. You can crop the source or whatever. On OBS,
Yeah.
if you hold Alt and then you drag the stuff in,
Drag the
drag
stuff
the
in?
sides in. Like, what are you doing right now? A display capture?
Yeah.
So make sure display capture is selected. And then hold Alt.
Oh, it was
and
locked.
then...
That's why it wasn't working.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is that readable?
I think so.
I hope so.
The one about the art studio? I don't think so. I haven't read any in a long time. Am I an asshole for microwaving ice cream and putting it back in the freezer? Yes. We don't even need to read that one. Okay. Feel free to suggest some if you have some good ones. And I've picked out a couple.
Okay.
I don't know anything about them. I just grabbed a couple. We have a couple here. They're all mix and match between if they're the asshole or not, according to Reddit, but we'll also be deciding. And I figured I'll read one and then you'll read one. How about that?
Okay.
And let me do one more thing to set up my screen a little bit. And then I'm ready.
Okay.
Put this over here. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit. Oh, if I zoom in a bit, it might, Serenity, you might need to adjust yours too.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, I just realized that I could do that. That way I can cut off the stuff on the side and it'll look good. Okay. And y'all get to have Big Softie today.
Big
This one.
softy. The biggest softy.
For some reason, I'm not sitting right. There we go. Yeah, okay. And Tiny Serenity. Let me just shut my blinds real quick and then I'm ready.
Should we describe what Am I the Asshole is?
Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Astro looks so silly. Yes, you can link it here. No YouTube links.
No, I said should
Not you.
Oh.
Hefty Cat, no YouTube links or Spotify links. We're not doing music share today. That'll be on Monday.
Monday. Should we explain what Am I the Asshole is?
Yeah, if you have not come across this on the internet before, Am I the Asshole is a type of posting on Reddit where you describe a situation and ask if you're the asshole in the situation. So maybe something happens and you want to know, were you the problem or was it someone else?
You can ask the problem.
You can ask Reddit, and Reddit will help you decide. And then it's on the internet for everyone to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Am I the Asshole links are okay. Just send them to me and I'll get them open, or if you send them to Serenity, he'll just have to poke me and I'll grab it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
Lefty helped me with the facial tracking, and look at the little smile. You can see it so good now.
So cute. Okay.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes.
I'll read this first one. Am I the asshole for not telling my girlfriend that my parents are gay?
Okay.
I like to take a guess off of the beginning.
Probably not.
I'm gonna say probably not. Disregarding whatever Reddit has already decided, but I'm gonna say probably not on this one because, you know, you don't need to tell your parents' business to other people if you're not ready to. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a need-to-know basis. Why does it matter, you know?
Yeah.
Who asked?
25 male, have two parents. My birth dad, John, who's 48 male, and my other dad, Dwayne, who's 45 male. I call my birth dad John Dad, and I call my other dad Dwayne Pop. So Dad and Pops.
That's the perfect, like, as a gay man, that's my dream pairing. Is Dad and Pops.
That's pretty cute.
I think Pops is so cute.
My birth dad, John, was married to my mom for a few years, and then she left my dad, and yeah. They ended up divorcing, and now she's somewhere in California. I don't know where or what she's doing. I haven't talked to her in ages. So Dad and Pops I'm super close with. They are the best parents any child could ask for. I love both of them, and they've always been with me. My dad introduced me to Pops when I was a little boy, and they had told me that they were in a relationship. And I was all for it, because I had seen my dad become lonely and sad when he was single. So seeing the fact that my dad loves someone and has a life partner made me super happy. That's really sweet. I hope he told his parents about that. I bet that would be really sweet for them to hear.
Yeah.
Pops and Dad got married, and we've been living an amazing life. I'm probably more close to Pops than my own dad. Haha. Due to the fact that my Pops is really cool and he's laid back. I love both of them equally, and they love me as well, and I'm blessed to have both of them as my parents. For a few months, I've been dating this girl, Bella, who's my age. I thought she's pretty cute, and I liked her. So we kicked it, and recently she told me, my parents want to meet your parents and want to come over for dinner. I said, sure, I'll tell my family. So yesterday, Friday night, Bella comes in. Pops greets her and says, come on in, sweetheart, dinner is ready. She says, you must be my boyfriend's dad. So good to meet you. And she shakes his hand, and she sees Dad come out of the kitchen. He's holding the mac and cheese tray with the mittens and is putting it on the table. Then Bella says, who's he? I said, oh, that's my dad. She said, I thought he's your dad, referring to Pops. I say,
Bella,
yeah, that's my Pops.
People can be gay, Bella.
People can be gay, Bella. I said, that's my Pops, and that's my dad. And she pulls me to the side and says, I didn't know your parents are gay. Oh my god, why didn't you tell me? I genuinely didn't know why that'd be an issue, or so. Because you're dating me, not my parents and all. So it shouldn't matter, but I guess it's a concern for her. Her parents come at the door after they parked the car, and Bella tells her parents, let's leave, and they left. I told my parents I'm sorry, and they said, son, don't worry, this is nothing new. And then we all sat down and enjoyed dinner and went to sleep. So am I the asshole for not telling? How old is he again? 25?
7 days ago. I was like, this is something that would happen in like 2010. Like, like
Also,
being gay is not a shock anymore. You
it's
know?
not a shock anymore. It's not like it's not odd to find out that somebody's gay. Also, I am not if this person like has like a reading disability, ignore all of this, but I thought this person was much younger based off of the way that they wrote. So that was such a big shocker for me.
Wait, what? Why did you think that?
Because these sentences are like some of them, like, for instance,
Oh my gosh. Pups.
Dad comes out of the kitchen, quotation mark, he's holding mac and cheese tray, quotation mark, with the mittens.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Okay, I see what you mean.
So, it was very conversational, but
Maybe
boy,
he was drunk and typing this.
maybe. He could have also been upset, I'll take that, but that was such a shocker for me. Obviously not an asshole.
Yeah, not an asshole.
Very weird response to get, I think.
Also telling your parents, like, let's leave.
Well,
That's
I mean,
so rude. Like,
they're there on her behalf, so if she doesn't want to be there anymore, it's not like they
no,
need
that's
to
so
stay.
I'd be like, if there was some sort of issue, I'd be like, you know, she's dating him, be like, sorry, my parents are, like, homophobic, so we gotta go. Or something like that. But she just left.
I want to know if they broke up. Because I think they either needed to have a really serious conversation about this, or they needed to break up, I feel like.
What do the comments say?
Not the asshole. Did she ever tell you her parents are straight? But a comment before she met them would have been good. Yeah, I mean,
I don't even think that.
I feel like normally you might mention it, but even if you don't mention it, it shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah.
And honestly, that kind of reaction is a bit of a red flag. Like, if I didn't know your parents were gay and I met them suddenly, I'd
be like, haha, nice.
I'd be like,
That's
oh, okay.
my reaction.
Anyways, I love mac and cheese.
Yeah, for real.
It's possible that she's homophobic. That's true. And I'm saying that kind of reaction is a red flag because it feels homophobic.
It does. It definitely does.
I don't think it should have been such a shocker. It's fair for these people to be like, I would have given a heads up. Because I think I, too, would probably give a heads up. I don't want an awkward situation to happen. Finding out that my partner is homophobic in front of my gay parents. However, if he had no reasons to think that she would have a bad reaction, I don't think it means that he did anything wrong.
I do find it weird that they never, like, spoke about their parents.
I know, for months.
For months? Like, it never came up? Like,
well, I'm almost
my
wondering...
dad's picking me up, and then my other dad's taking me to Walmart later, or something like that. Like,
I'm almost wondering if, like, because of the words, like, dad and pops, if maybe they thought that, like, maybe she thought that dad was the father and, like, pops was someone else, like, maybe a grandfather?
Maybe.
Like, that could be possible. It seems like they rushed into the meeting the parent stage. Yeah. I think they should have met each other's parents separately without their parents meeting first.
That was my first thought, was like, I would not start out with being like, hey, our parents should meet before I meet your parents.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, none of my partner's parents have met each other. So, I don't know. It's kind of old school even for parents to set up a meeting like that.
Yeah, a lot of parents don't meet until a wedding happens, honestly.
Yeah, or like a big event or something. Should have felt her out instead of subjecting his parents to being walked out on. He might be so, like, normalized to his parents being gay that he might not have realized that such a reaction could happen.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering. Do you think it's fascinating that they get to this point in the relationship without having talked about the parents? Yeah, it's very it's very interesting. Okay. Lots of little stories here. Yeah, everybody's like, I can't believe they didn't talk about this for months. Okay.
I can't believe you didn't talk about your trauma.
Not everybody talks about their trauma, Serenity.
No, you need to talk about your trauma before meeting your parents.
Oh, you get a short one.
Short one.
My roommate literally took a plane to meet his partner's parents, and a week later they broke up. It could be a big wake-up call for some people. That's true. That's true. Me and Serenity were talking about, like, finding out your partner is, like, essentially married to their parents.
Oh, yeah. We were watching
and
Smothered.
That being... Yeah, well, we were watching somebody watch Smothered.
Yeah.
And some people are like...
I need like a, what is it called? A buffer. I need a buffer.
Some people are really devoted to their parents in, like, a weird way.
Well, some people are, like, groomed by their parents to be, like, their fake boyfriend or girlfriend, basically.
Yeah. Okay, Serenity, let's
Okay.
find out about this one.
Am I the asshole for ruining a proposal? Well, probably, but we'll see.
The title itself would sound like yes.
Sounds like yes, but we'll see.
The community has voted no, so let's see.
My girlfriend just bought a house and is so excited. She invited a ton of people over for a housewarming. She put so much work into everything. The house looked amazing and the food was delicious.
Oh.
Right after dinner, while my girlfriend was getting dessert, her brother proposed to his girlfriend. I was
Hold
mad.
on, pause. At the housewarming?
Yes.
Weird. Okay, go on.
I was mad because he hijacked my girlfriend's event that she worked so hard for. Before she could answer, I told him to sit down and quit being so rude and disrespectful to his sister. He was mad, but his girlfriend looked so embarrassed. They ended up leaving. The party was very awkward after that. A lot of people left early. My girlfriend's mom was furious at me because she wanted her son to stop living in sin and I ruined it. My girlfriend said I was sweet but didn't need to do that. Her brother texted me calling me a prick. Was I an asshole for telling them to have some class?
Okay, pause. Another comment about the last one. My roommate literally took a... Oh, wait, no. No, I did read that one. Oh, I'm so sorry. I misread. Okay. Unjust. Just the situation itself at the bare bones. Not an asshole to say, like, hey, wish you wouldn't do that at my girlfriend's special thing. But personally, I would have let them finish.
My hot take is that kind of a little bit of an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you could have handled that so much better, other than making a huge scene.
I think the spirit there was very, very sweet, but the way that it happened was not correct. Like, he should have let them finish their thing, and then he could have pulled the brother to the side and be like, hey man,
don't fucking do that.
Not cool. This is my girlfriend's special thing.
I feel like that,
circumstances aside, who the fuck proposes at a housewarming? True.
That's true. I mean, bad proposal, but also, like, way to, like, embarrass everyone and make everyone uncomfortable. Like, he also ruined the housewarming, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I think that the proposal could have been a downer for the girlfriend's housewarming if it had finished, but I think it would have been okay. I think that the boyfriend reacting like that was a downer, so I just feel like this whole situation ended up ruining the house party. Yeah. Like, either way would have been not great, but I do think that reaction made it worse.
I'm just saying, from me, I would have stayed if a proposal happened, but if someone got into a fight after a proposal happened, I would definitely leave early.
Yeah.
Like, that's too
There's
awkward.
a judgment for everyone as an asshole might be suitable here. That's what I was trying to remember what it was called. I think everyone but the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll say both girlfriends. I'll say the boyfriend and the brother, both kind of assholes. The mom, kind of an asshole. She wanted her son to stop living in sin, and I ruined it. Sounds like an asshole. The girlfriend sounds so sweet. She said I was sweet, but didn't need to do that.
She was
like,
probably
very gentle.
like, she was like, that was sweet, honey, but you really didn't fucking need to do that. I wonder if anyone agrees with us.
It's plain rude to start hijacking events. I mean, that's true. But also, that's so unromantic to propose at a housewarming. I wonder what the outcome would have been. Why is this one all highlighted?
I don't know. I don't know how Reddit
I don't know
works.
anything about Reddit. I'm trying to get to the next comment, but geez, the string is really long. Okay, no. Dude, what? Why is the string so long?
I don't know. I wish you could condense them.
Okay. Whew. Not the asshole. Based off your comments alone, your girlfriend says she's used to her family hijacking her events. That's so sad. Actually. Hello, Robin! Welcome, welcome. I think the "you're the asshole" comments are weird. I think his heart was in the right place, but it wasn't. It didn't happen correctly.
Yeah.
The asshole, he tried hijacking someone's party. Hello, our potato! Hello, Robin. It just feels like the party probably got worse after that. This, not the asshole, this wasn't their event. They're just like very black and white with this.
I know.
Takes him back and tell him he's being a cheap prick. Entire family has a history of hijacking her events, and you stood up to them. Nobody's agreeing with us, so
Boo.
maybe we're wrong.
No, they're wrong.
You're
right.
slightly the asshole for not giving his girlfriend the time to answer the proposal. Oh my god, somebody's on our side! But you're sweet for wanting your girlfriend's housewarming to go smoothly. Did your girlfriend know that her brother was going to propose at her housewarming? Not an answer to that question. How did she feel with your reaction? I thought about it, and I'll take away the slightly the asshole to not the asshole. People are changing their minds. I feel like they should have let the girlfriend answer the proposal at the very least.
I agree.
What is going on? We're reading "Am I the Asshole?" Is Serenity a pony? Serenity is an autism creature.
I am a pony.
But is also a pony, yes. Just click the leftmost line beneath the profile picture. Oh, like this? Oh. She did not know about the proposal. She was sad that he did it. But she said she's used to her family hijacking the events. Okay. You taught me something! Thank you. I'm not kidding. I don't know anything about Reddit.
Change the game, baby.
I am also an autism creature. Good for you, our potato twinning.
Yay, autism.
If they have a history of hijacking her events, I think he was in the right. You know what? I could see that kind of understanding. Like, if he knew ahead of time that this happens every time. Maybe that was the final straw or something.
I'm not changing my mind. I'm right.
What does ESH mean? Everyone shithole.
Everyone's slightly whole.
He for taking her moment to make it about himself, and you for assuming your girlfriend can't handle this on her own. She's right, you didn't need to do that, nor was it your place to do so. F them in that case. Okay. Yeah. I think the number one thing we can all agree on is that brother is the asshole.
Yes.
For sure.
For sure. That's like the number one rule, is don't fucking propose at other people's events.
If this boyfriend knew that his girlfriend's family had this kind of problem, and this was the final straw, I will say not the asshole. Though should have let the brother's girlfriend answer the proposal.
Happy
If he
Autism Month,
didn't,
it's our month, baby. Hell yeah. Woo, 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 woo.
if he didn't know, I'd say that reaction feels kind of severe, and it was just like, luckily, it was appropriate for someone's family who does this a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone is the asshole. Definitely neither of the girlfriends are assholes.
Yeah.
Also the mom. The mom is definitely an asshole.
Mom's definitely an asshole.
Oh, this one says asshole on it. Okay, let me get a little sippy of water.
Asshole. Uh-oh.
I think the boyfriend did the brother a favor, because what kind of proposal story is, oh, I did it at my sister's housewarming.
No, really.
That's
like,
fair.
That's so not fun and sexy of you.
I wonder if that girlfriend had anything to say, like, after they got home.
Probably.
Like, I hope they had a talk about it. And hopefully they...
Hey, Softie.
Have made decisions. Yeah?
Can you send me... Did you ever make an autism creature version of your VTuber?
I don't have an official version. I just have a version that Floop made. I could send you.
Yeah. I want to use it for a thumbnail.
Okay. Give me a sec, y'all. Let me find it. I heard one of the dogs bark.
I know. They're being irritating. Are my dogs the asshole for barking while I'm streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. They know.
Oh my god! When did she send it to me? So fucking long ago. It was literally like a month ago, but I have to scroll really far because we talk all the time.
Gay.
Okay, I must have gone too far, right? I've gone a little too far. Here's the one Flip drew for me. Okay. And I will read while you make the thing. At least something like, was that really the best you could think of? Hopefully their conversation was, why? Why would you do that? Am I the asshole for demolishing my daughter's room after she moved out?
Yes. 100%. I have, this is going to be very personal for me. I can already tell.
I'd say yes if she didn't agree to it. Like, yes if you didn't have space for her to visit and stuff. Okay. My 18-year-old daughter Meg is in college. She moved in with her boyfriend a few months ago, which left her old bedroom empty. Her bedroom used to be right next to our tiny living room. To make our tiny living room into a normal-sized living room, we knocked out my daughter's bedroom wall, refloored the space, and fixed the walls. Now it looks like the bedroom was never there, and we have a spacious living room. When my daughter came home to visit and saw that her room is gone, she made a huge deal about it. She got all emotional and said if we never wanted her to move back, we should have just said so instead of completely demolishing her room. I told her that if anything happens and she needs to move back, we will welcome her, and she could sleep on the couch for as long as she wants.
God.
But she accused us of wanting to get rid of her forever, and for her to never visit us since we got rid of her room so fast, only a few months after she moved out. And we should have waited longer. Am I the asshole for not waiting longer with the renovation?
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely.
As someone, this is very personal, because my fucking mom, like, immediately turned my room into a storage unit, and then was like, oh no, you can sleep on the couch when you come and visit, like, a month after I moved out. And I'm like, bro, I'm 18, of course I'm gonna come back all the time. Like, bro, that's my room. I lived there for so long. Like, how dare you?
Yeah. I think parents forget that, like, for for people who are teens and maybe that they've moved out for the first time ever, their bedrooms are like their homes. Like that's where they've lived their entire life, or where their entire life was.
I just think
You
a
know?
lot of parents don't even consider like their teens like personal space or need for space, or that they're their own person, you know?
Yeah. I also really I was very understanding about it, but whenever I moved out to go to college, my nieces were living at my mom's house, and she let one of them move into my room without telling me. So it was very much a surprise when I got back for Christmas, and my niece was living in my bedroom, with all of my stuff still there, all of my stuff in the closet and stuff. I was very shocked, but I was understanding because my niece was getting older and needed her own room separate from her sister. I just wish they had talked to me about it.
Exactly. It's like, it's your room. It's not their room, you know?
Yeah, not to mention, again, all my stuff was in there, personal stuff, nostalgic stuff. My mom actually ended up giving away like a whole bag of all of my clothes in my closet, like all of my band t-shirts,
Oh my
all of
God.
my yeah, all of my like high school event shirts and stuff like that. So I was very bummed about that. It wasn't as dramatic as this, but I can relate in that way. And if you want to renovate a house after your child moves out for the first time, that's totally fine, but you need to talk with them about it. It can't be a shock, you know?
Yeah, and also
It
I
must
feel like maybe you should wait a little bit. Like, don't seem too eager to be like, oh, our kid's out, time to like fuck up their place, you know?
It's like how do you expect them to visit when they don't have a comfortable place to
how do you
stay?
expect them to visit? And also, it comes off very mean,
Yeah.
honestly.
It hinges on how it was communicated. I agree. It seems like she was very shocked, so it seems like they didn't communicate it at all.
It also was
So,
like, sounds like a totally unnecessary thing that they did, you know?
mhm.
It's not like, oh, you know, we had someone move in all of a sudden and we really needed the room, you know? They just
Yeah,
wanted a bigger living room.
fine in theory, like with the idea of them expanding their living room, but
Yeah,
I
that's
think that the
fine.
timing was bad, and I
But
think
she's
that they
like 18
should
and
have
just moved out. Like, of course
with
she's,
a boyfriend
like,
also.
of course she's gonna come back. Like, bro, when I
Like
was in
they
college, people visited their parents every weekend when they just
like
moved
it
out.
also if she breaks up with her boyfriend, where is she going to go?
Yeah.
She doesn't have anywhere to go now. That's very scary for her. Let's see what people have said.
Oh my God.
You're the asshole. Of course. Is it that hard to talk with your own kid before doing something drastic? Not even a warning? I wonder if they...
Hey. Oh my God.
Asshole enthusiast. Oh my god, they have... I'm guessing these, like, participant things are,
Hey.
I don't know, some sort of tag or something they've added to themselves.
Asshole enthusiast. Me too, buddy. It's just very hurtful. I remember being very hurt when my mom did that.
So, am I the asshole for not waiting longer with the renovation? No, but you're the asshole for poor communication skills. That's true. Answering the question, like, not the asshole necessarily for demolishing a room, but you are the asshole for the way that you did it.
Yeah.
As a parent, you'd think that they'd worry about her living situation not working out and the daughter needing to come back. That's what I'm thinking. I would definitely worry about that.
They just seem too eager to get her out, like, to get rid of her space. Like, that's a little mean.
Like a text or anything, you know? You're the asshole. Is it your house? Sure, but when college kids say that they're going to visit their parents, they say they're going home. That's so true.
Yeah, it's still their space, you know?
Mochi still says that sometimes, even though he hasn't lived with his mom in years. And you took a part of that, her safe space she grew up in, without so much as a heads up. Just because you can doesn't mean that you're not the asshole if you do.
It just shows like a very blatant disrespect for your kid.
Yeah. But I feel like this is punishment for moving in with the boyfriend at 18. Honestly, I could see that.
I could see that.
I could see that.
I could see a very vindictive mom being like, oh, well, if you're gonna move in with your boyfriend, I guess I'm just gonna fuck up your room. You know? Like, oh, since you don't want to live under my house, under my rules.
Guess you don't have a house here anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't you at least warn her? What was going on in those few months that you never mentioned the renovation to your kid? She moved in with her boyfriends, her parents are passive aggressive. I feel like the OP hasn't come back to defend any of this.
Probably because they they saw they were getting dragged to hell and ran away.
Probably. Yeah, everybody's agreeing. I haven't seen any not the assholes. That's cold, man. OP saw where the tide was going. Info, is this the first time she has ever lived away from home? How far away did she move? Do you have a guest room? And you're the asshole.
No, she clearly doesn't because they said she can sleep on the couch. Like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah. Not the asshole. What's up with all these adults making adult decisions like moving in with partners, assuming the bedroom they left will never be touched?
She's 18. Calm down.
Yeah, she's 18. That's not the same. Your daughter is in college, but she still decided to move out, and that's part of life. There should never be an expectation that mom and dad will keep your bedroom indefinitely. But that's not the expectation. The expectation is communication.
That person has never went to college.
Also, thank you, voice of reason, right here. Some of these people are kind of wacky. Okay. Soft, you're the asshole. I don't think parents realize just how much their kids hold on to their childhood rooms sentimentally. That being said, there should have been much more communication over the topic. No, you don't have to ask her for permission. That's true. Like, literally, they don't have to ask her for permission. But a conversation about it would be good. Like, hey, we're thinking about renovating your room. Like, do you need to come get the rest of your stuff? This is when we plan to do it. This is our plan for when you visit. You know, like, if they have to do it immediately for some reason, they at least need to communicate. If they don't want to ask, they need to communicate about it and make a plan about it with her. Like, include her in it. My parents are the opposite, but they did make my old room look ugly. I kept thinking about that.
What?
Ember's bedroom at their parents' house is a guest room now, and it just looks so sterile and like not cute and not inviting. But hey, there's still a bed in there, so like if they needed to visit, there's still somewhere for them to sleep at least. A huge change was made to what used to be her space, so I can understand her being upset and feeling like she was being disposed of. Yeah. Everyone could have had better communication skills. I think it's weird to say everyone could have because she didn't get the chance to communicate until it had already finished. It is still your home, and she is still your kid. Removing a room won't change that, but I do want to emphasize that she is still your kid. Like, there should still be an expectation of you having room for her. You can get seasonal depression in that thing any time of the year. Let's go, baby. Okay. We got a couple of different responses here. Oh my god, another one. Okay, never mind. Not the asshole for wanting a bigger room, but the asshole for everything else. Very, very fucking wild to see you're not the asshole, she's an adult. Like, I can imagine the type of person to say that.
Clearly, like, very young.
I was gonna say, you mean the one who said not the asshole, she's an adult?
Yeah. Either very young or have never had kids.
No, I was thinking, like, mega boomer who hates their kids. Like, that's not, I know a bunch of people who's, like, who grew up with the expectation that, or not who grew up, who raised kids with the expectation that they would leave at 18 and never rely
return.
on them again.
Jeez.
Maybe return for like holidays, but not rely on them anymore.
That's crazy.
Like, that is a thing. It's weirdly a thing. It just reads like, hell yeah, she's finally gone. Now we can get a bigger living room. You're so right.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. It's like hurtful.
They've been planning that before she went to college. Yeah, long before she moved out, exactly. It sounds like they've been wanting this for a while. Okay. Your turn, Serenity.
I we watched that video about like beige baby nurseries.
Yes.
And I just have a very specific hatred for adults who prioritize
themselves over their kids.
Their house, their living space over their kids, like, well-being. Like,
yeah.
It's a fucking house. Get over yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Kids more important. Okay. Anyways.
For real.
You don't need a bigger living room that bad. But your kid does need a bed. Okay.
I'm so big on your screen.
I know. I don't know how to make you smaller. Wait, maybe
you click on
there you go.
the browser source and then you resize me. I'm also, there's more of my head than you're showing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, why is it like that?
Much better.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
I don't like this song. I do like this song, but I don't like this song.
The one I'm listening to?
No.
Okay.
The one I'm listening to on my own Spotify.
Well, sometimes we listen to each other's music. Although, you'd have to know that I was listening to it on Mochi's Spotify to have listened to it with me.
Is it Check Yes Juliet?
No.
Why does it say that? Okay.
That's what I'm listening to on my Spotify. Like, the last thing I listened to on my Spotify. But we're listening to music on Mochi's Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for selling the house my brother and his family live in?
Immediately sounds like yes. But boy, do I want some context.
Yeah. Short and simple, I think. A few years ago, my brother needed help. I let him move into one of my rental properties, and we did it all legal, lease agreement and everything. Oh, so he's a landlord. Okay.
Already an asshole.
Already an asshole.
To me, because he's a landlord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was renting to him at a break-even point, we agreed that he was responsible for all the maintenance of the house and the yard. Well, he has 4 kids, and the hot water tank isn't enough for his family and he wants a new one. I told him to go ahead. He then proceeded to take the cost of the hot water tank and installation of that month's rent. I reminded him of our agreement. He said he wasn't making improvements to my property for free. I said that old hot water tank was fine, and he made the decision to replace it. Big argument, and I didn't want to fight, so I said he was not allowed to make any further changes to the house with my explicit agreement. So he stopped doing maintenance as a protest. The house itself is not pretty, but it is solid. It is old, and the wiring in it is not meant to be, was not meant for all the modern electronics we have. He wanted to add a new breaker box. He wanted to add a new breaker box and run more outlets. I said, no thanks, I can afford that since we're not making any money on the house. He starts getting bitchy about it, and the rent started getting paid late. I tried talking to him, and he said that he had to buy some stuff for the house, and he was low on cash. So I sold the house. While the house itself isn't great, it is an older part of the city, and the property itself is a quarter of an acre. Every time a house sells in the neighborhood, it is snapped up by developers and turned into multifamily units. Or one guy built a McMansion on his land. I know a lot of developers, and I didn't need to list the house to have it sold in less than a week. My brother found out when he was served an eviction notice. He called me to ask what the fuck, so I told him that the house was causing me headaches and I had the opportunity to make some money, and I took it. He said I should have offered him a chance to buy it. I said he was having trouble making rent. How is he going to qualify for a mortgage? He said I'm an asshole and that he has the money waiting to make me an offer. I asked him if he had money, why was he late on rent? He started bad-mouthing me to all the family, and a few of them took his side and tried to say I was being an asshole, so I offered him the chance to clear his debt to me if he wanted to share If they wanted to share their opinion, none of them took up the offer. My parents are on my side, and they said I shouldn't have rented to him in the first place. I feel bad for my sister-in-law and the kids, but I'm not going to spend the rest of my life subsidizing his.
Okay, so both brothers are assholes, right?
Yeah, they're both assholes. Like, what the fuck? Like, what a terrible relationship y'all have. Jesus Christ.
Again, an asshole on the nature of being a landlord, like Ember said.
But also, he's kind of just an asshole. Like, that's your family.
He is kind of just an asshole.
Like, that's if he's got 4 kids, and you're just like gonna evict him without any notice.
Yeah, I didn't give him any time to plan. Very asshole. The guy not paying his rent and then expecting big changes is kind of assholey.
I agree. But
not as big of an asshole, actually, as just straight up evicting them without any warning.
Yeah.
The way he talked about them in the last sentence was fucking unhinged. That I feel bad for my sister-in-law and the kids, but I'm not going to spend the rest of my life subsidizing his. That's so weird to say.
Yeah.
That's such a weird way to say that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say they're both assholes. The landlord gets to be the bigger asshole, though. Hello, loser! Let's see what people said. I am fully expecting these comments to be, like, very landlord, like, praising. Not the asshole, why should you lose money to help him out? It was good of you to rent him at a discount, and he crapped on you for your hospitality. I do want to know, did the brother know it was at a discount? Did he think he was just paying normal rent, maybe?
I don't know. I think he knew it was at a discount. I'm not sure.
You can feel bad for the sister-in-law, but they're not your responsibility. I think family is everybody in the family's responsibility, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Why should you lose money to help him out? Because that's the fucking decent thing to do, for real. This is complicated. You were very generous with your brother who kept taking from you. The only way the water tank thing makes sense is if he believed that you weren't doing him a favor. And every landlord rents at break-even rates to family, and family still gets the full tenant benefits package. Like, if he believed that. Things escalated, you wanted out of the deal, that made sense. But when you made the decision to sell, you should have let him know. Okay, so this is being reasonable. Are you an asshole for not giving him notice, I guess? Your inference is that he didn't have the ability to buy the house is presumptuous, but pretty reasonable. Give you a pass on that.
I think that was a petty move, honestly. I think he was just being petty on that front.
Now it's down to, were you an asshole for not giving him more of a warning? I gave you a pass before the sale, but after the sale, he should have found out from you. You're an asshole for letting him find out via a new owner's eviction notice. I want to be clear, you were generous, and at all previous times weren't an asshole, but the one choice changed the rating to everyone slightly. Everyone sucks here. Everyone sucks here, that's what it is. Oh. Everyone sucks here. Meaning your brother is obviously an asshole, but you're a little bit of 1-2 for not telling him that you sold the house he's living in. Maybe. Obi should post how much he was making on his other properties. Loser! Ah! Why are we screaming? Oh, Harugel's jamming. Promise he's still living more than comfortably. For real!
Yeah.
Okay, let's just close that. Everyone sucks here. You of course have legal right to do what you did. Turning your brother's family out on the streets with no advance notice is one of those things that makes you the asshole, even if you are legally in the right. He should have stuck with the agreement or renegotiated a standard agreement with standard improvements and higher rent. That's fair. That's fair. He should have stuck with the agreement or renegotiated to a standard agreement. I could see that. Like, if he was renting it like a normal person and he expected like changes and stuff, that's fair. This is your family though, dog. Like, yeah, where are you?
Like, this is your fucking nieces and nephews.
Mushi's jamming. Oh, Christmas is gonna be so weird that year.
It's like, this is your
What's
uncle that put us all out on the street suddenly without warning.
what it going? We're reading Am I the Asshole posts. Okay, let's look at one more. You're the asshole for not giving him a heads up, but yeah, he's an a-hole. Wait. Oh, they didn't want to type actually asshole. Okay. He's an a-hole for trying to stiff you on rent, but holy shit, why would you not tell your brother they're about to be homeless? Yeah, it's wild that this came out as not the asshole.
I like that someone said... I don't know if you saw, but the person who replied to that was like, on a baseline, I just like landlords.
I have a baseline level of dislike for landlords, yeah. Thanks for contributing to the housing crisis, asshole. Why do we assume he's greedy? Because he is.
Yeah.
He absolutely is. If he wasn't greedy, he wouldn't have been renting it in the first place.
No, I know landlords who gave their properties to their family for free.
For real?
Because they needed help. Like, it's crazy that he made them sign a lease.
Also, this is under the assumption that the brother was actively trying to stiff him and not just in a financially tight situation.
Yeah.
Like, they needed to have a conversation.
Yeah.
An understanding conversation where they listen to each other's, like, problems with the situation and work together to negotiate something that works for them. Like...
I agree.
You know, like, maybe he could have accepted getting... the rent a little late or something, and maybe the other brother could have mowed for some of his other tenants or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, work out something that works for both of them, if money's tight. He shouldn't have just been like, oh, you want changes, but money's tight, and you're not going to take care of maintenance anymore because money's probably tight.
Also, weird
go to the streets.
Weird to petty assume that your brother can't get a fucking loan to buy the house, like most people do.
Yeah. Not unreasonable to want to do a rewriting of the house. Rewiring of the house if it has old wiring. Yeah, for real. That could be a hazard, for real. Okay.
So are we going with dude's an asshole?
Yeah, I'm going with he's an asshole. They should have communicated more. The brother who was renting may or may not have been an asshole depending on his situation. But like a small one versus the landlord brother being a tremendous big fucking asshole.
Yeah.
For sure that landlord sucks, but not everybody has a great relationship with their family. So yeah, an adult conversation was needed here. Yeah, for real. Even if you don't have a great relationship with your family, I have a terrible relationship with my family. And if in some insane world where I'm a landlord, if one of my family members who I have a terrible relationship was having a hard time paying, or like we couldn't agree about me or them taking care of the house,
you wouldn't put the kids on the street.
I would not evict them without warning. I would help them find something else like that would work. Like those kids would never be homeless. Like, if I was a landlord, those kids would never be homeless.
Just because you hate, even if you hated your brother, that doesn't mean that their kids should suffer too.
The wife and kids certainly didn't deserve that. For real. For real, for real. Okay, let me get a sippy, and I'll read this one. The kids are gonna remember that. That was probably super traumatizing for that whole family.
Yeah, especially your fucking... Because they probably knew, like, their uncle.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, did you like what I sent you? By the way?
Where'd you send it?
Discord.
Assholery! Cute. Da-da-da! I know for a fact that did not show the whole thing on my stream. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Back to this.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for leaving when my brother-in-law wouldn't let me in the hot tub? Probably no. I don't know leaving what, but like... I don't know.
Leaving...
Somebody...
Oh, for leaving.
Somebody...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, my dyslexia was like, am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend when he wouldn't let me in the hot tub? And I was like, damn.
For leaving when my brother-in-law wouldn't let me in the hot tub.
Okay.
That's
a little less extreme.
I'd say not an asshole. That does sound like something my landlord uncle would do, though. Oh, I'm so sorry. Absolutely, they will remember it, but I bet the brother will leave out the bit about him not paying rent. Well, maybe, but again, family should take care of family. My brother-in-law just bought a new house. He lives about 4 hours from us. Last weekend, my husband and I went to visit him for a few days and see the house for the first time. Long story short, I got my period while I was sleeping, and the guest room sheets had a small blood stain about the size of a quarter. Oof. That's like my worst fear, is going to somebody's house and leaving a blood stain on their sheets. My husband helped me strip the bed, and I went down to the laundry room to pre-treat it and then wash the sheets. When they were done, the bloodstain was 100% gone, but when we told the brother-in-law, he looked completely disgusted. He inspected the sheets super closely for a very long time, and finally I was like, Jesus, brother-in-law, if you're looking that closely and can't find a stain, can't you trust me that I got it out? He seemed really put out by the whole thing. Has the brother-in-law ever had a woman in his house before?
God.
Like, question? Just wondering. That night we had plans to hang out in brother-in-law's hot tub in the backyard, but after dinner he told me that I wasn't allowed in the hot tub because of my period. I was shocked and explained that the nighttime leak was just because I hadn't been expecting my period and had been fast asleep all night, but that it was perfectly safe and sanitary for me to put in a tampon and sit in the hot tub for an hour, but he wouldn't budge. That's true. Like, that is perfectly safe and sanitary. If you've ever had a concern about swimming on your period, or a friend had a concern about that, just know that it's totally okay. Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Male fear of periods. My husband had my back and told him that he was being ridiculous, and it ended up turning into a big thing. This looks so long. Oh my, there's so many edits. Okay. Eventually, my husband and I decided to pack our stuff and stay at a nearby hotel, and then we drove home the next morning. I can't imagine that turning into such a huge argument. That's so wild. My brother-in-law is pissed at us for leaving and for not respecting his home. He also Venmo requested my husband $100 for new sheets, which he's refusing to pay. But trust that if the stain hadn't come out, we would have been happy to replace them. He told his whole side of the family, who decided to fully stay out of it. I wish they had our backs more, but at least they're not piling onto us. So are my husband and I the asshole for leaving and not paying for the sheets? Absolutely not. First of all, what sheets cost $100?
Yeah, like, what the fuck, dude? He's trying to make
But sheets
bank.
cost that much. I guarantee he's gotten blood on a shirt before if he's done any sort of well, okay. Maybe he doesn't like install things in his home, or maybe he doesn't maybe he's never played like a sport, or maybe he's never cut his finger while cooking. I don't know, but usually I feel like everybody at once in their life has ended up with blood on their clothes and realized that it's not that big of a deal. He picked out the nice sheets than what he had already. Oh yeah, he definitely picked out nicer sheets for sure. But it's so wild that he got so upset about that like it became a big argument, and that they had to leave.
Like, what is he, 14? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's so weird. He bought the house? How is he like old enough and financially stable enough to buy a house, but he acts like this?
That's probably why he's single. He reads
Bro's
single.
got the American sex ed brain. I think so. Let me be clear, y'all. If you get blood on anything and then you wash it, even if you don't get the stain out, if you wash it, it's clean, it's sanitary.
Use some OxyClean. That shit'll take it out real quick.
And there are ways to remove stains, yes. It's like 99.999% like positive that they got that stain out. For sure. That's so crazy to react like that as an adult. I swear I'd never be one of those people who did this, but to other people who say, everyone sucks here, you're the asshole because of a certain risk that I won't mention here because it isn't a medical sub, but say that brother-in-law was worried about that risk for me, it would be a different story. I don't know what this risk thing is.
Probably
I guess
AIDS.
AIDS?
Yeah, because he, like, a blood-borne, some sort of blood-based issue.
Maybe. I don't know. He didn't want me in the hot tub because period blood is gross. You don't, like, if you have a period, you don't usually bleed in water.
Right.
I don't know what the science is, but I think it's something about like
Well, you don't even bleed. You usually don't even bleed that much.
I think that the body like kind of keeps things like kind
In.
of not flowing down there whenever you're in water. It's like a kind of reaction your body has. Like personally, I've never bled in a pool. I've never bled in the shower. Like as soon as there's water, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Um, you see, the period is when the devil himself pops out of a girl's cooter and curses all it touches. Oh my god. For everyone asking why I even told him, it's because my period isn't a dirty little secret. It's a natural thing that happens to half of the adult population. And because I'm not going to sneak around like a cat burglar to do laundry, he heard the dryer buzz and asked about it, and I told him. Fair? Some more FAQs. Brother-in-law has a girlfriend, oh my god, who doesn't live with him. She hung out with us the first night. That was the first time I met her, but had to work the night of the argument, so she wasn't around. I don't know what she thinks of the whole situation, and I'm not going to reach out about it. And brother-in-law isn't on the spectrum. He doesn't have OCD, and he's not a germaphobe. He just thinks it's gross. I feel so sorry for that girlfriend. He must be so weird.
People are fucking reaching to defend this guy.
Yeah. Wow, this really blew up. Anyways, please trust that I know my body and my flow, and that I'm on the first full day of my period. I know that I can wear a tampon for a while without it leaking. I don't know what that means. We did go to the hotel hot tub after we checked in, and I stayed in for 90 minutes, and when I got out, there was nary a speck of evil, dirty vagina blood on my bathing suit. Cool. Good to know. Okay, not the asshole. Horrific misogynist. Okay. I'm only a trans woman, so I can't claim to understand fully what it's like to be on your period, but what I do know is that it's out of your control. That's true. That is something to take into consideration here. It's not like she chose to be on her period.
Yeah. I bet it was like, it didn't even sound like it was a big stain either. It sounded like it was just a little stain.
Yeah. If you left a stain, I could understand him getting angry, but you cleaned it up, and honestly, I think if you had it in the hot tub, it would have been much easier to clean. That's
Bro, I
true.
wouldn't even understand it getting angry over that, you know? Even if it did leave a stain, I'd be like, oh, shit happens, you know?
Yeah. When will people learn that periods are natural? Kudos to your husband for sticking up to you. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. That this person, like, really married a good person for them. Sounded like. Not the asshole. I suppose there's arguments to be made about the sheets if the stain hadn't come out, but this definitely feels more like an ew, women are gross, stop being gross sort of tantrum. Yeah. Well, bleed menstrual blood isn't somehow poisonous or transmuted into sin via the vagina. I mean, Ember had an argument about the devil, so maybe, I don't know. This is what I was saying! If you cut your finger in blood on the sheets or his couch or the carpet, can you imagine anyone being super pissed and insisting that said thing be replaced?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no. I bet he's the type to not scrub his own ass because he's gay. Because that's gay. Did you make a deal with a half man, half goat at a crossroads under the pale moonlight? Did that deal include making your blood dangerous to the uninitiated? Do even trace amounts of this cursed blood become ever-expanding portals to the underworld, which will eventually consume us all? Brother-in-law is single, yes. No, we already know the answer to that.
But she's a new girlfriend. So she doesn't know
there?
yet. No.
Oh, wait. Oh, you mean like back up here?
Yeah. They like just met her, so she's like a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
She doesn't know yet. And
so everyone's agreeing.
And she doesn't live with him, so she doesn't know yet. That's gonna be rough when they move in together and she's like, oh, my lovely boyfriend in our beautiful house together, and then she like spots a little in her underwear and he's like, fucking disgusting! I'm never having sex with you again!
Yeah, I can't imagine how that's gonna turn out.
Oh my god.
Looks like the comments were worried about toxic shock syndrome, which I personally have never heard being a bigger risk in a hot tub, but you avoid toxic shock syndrome.
True. That sounds like a myth, honestly. Like like that being a bigger risk in a hot tub, that sounds like a myth.
Yeah.
Like, especially for an hour? That seems a bit extreme.
You get it from not changing your tampon regularly enough.
Yeah, but it's like for days though. Like you have to have your tampon in for a long time. To be at any reasonable risk of it. So I'm like saying that being in a hot tub for an hour is going to make you have toxic shock syndrome is going to be that seems incorrect.
Oh, looks like there were some it's his house, his rules people. I mean, if
he's being a dick.
If he for some reason felt uncomfortable with her getting in the hot tub, then he should have just been like, let's not do the hot tub tonight. Let's do something else. You know, like he should have offered like a different thing. He didn't have to be an asshole about it.
Yeah, he didn't have to let everyone else get in the hot tub and be like, not you though, you disgusting bitch.
That's why you evict your brother, so you have somewhere to put your girlfriend while she's having her period. Oh, I see. So now this man is the other brother's landlord guy. I see. Yeah,
she goes in the house.
I hate when I'm late and I have to scroll so far to see the insane comments. I feel that. I haven't seen any of the insane comments. I've just been hearing about them. Counter Venmo request him to pay for $200 for your gas, time, hotel, and therapy. True. Okay.
That would be funny.
Next.
They should like counter Venmo him for the hotel stay.
They should absolutely not at all send him any money for the sheets because the sheets are fine.
Not. They're definitely not gonna fucking pay him for the sheets. That's for sure. But also they should send him a bill for the hotel.
Hot tub worse for bacteria compared to a regular pool source being a formal lifeguard, but the risk isn't that high. Yeah, well, toxic shock syndrome is also not a bacteria-based issue, if I remember correctly.
No,
it could be.
It's from the bleach in the tampons.
Yeah, it's a reaction to the tampons. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Next.
Okay. Oh my gosh. What? I'm sorry. I just like pre-read the title and I'm like, what? Am I the asshole for lighting a match at night and scaring my boyfriend's dad so badly he woke up the whole house? What is he, a fucking rat?
Like, how did he the house? What did he do?
Like what? Is he a roach? He's like scurrying at the light. Okay.
My pre-read vote is not the asshole unless it was intentional.
You're scaring with a light. Oh, fire! Fire! Fire bad!
Fire!
My boyfriend and I are staying at his parents' house. It's been going really well, but his dad is very particular. He has moments every day where he corrects or instructs the other people in the house on how he wants us to behave. I don't really have a problem with it, but he has a few rules that do make me a little uncomfortable. I don't need to go into why, but I always have diarrhea here. Oh no. I've been visiting them a few times a year for almost a decade, and it's just what it is. My boyfriend and I used to stay in a room downstairs with a bathroom, and it wasn't a problem, but his brother moved back home, and now we don't have our own bathroom. I don't want to advertise the fact that I have diarrhea to everyone in the house, so I'm not allowed to use a bathroom fan at night. So I just use poo-pourri or just a drop. When we got home the last time, my boyfriend got a text from Dad asking me to stop using the strong essential oils as it was making him feel sick. Does he want a poopy shitty bathroom? Like, he won't let him use the fan? He won't let him use fucking spray? Like, what the fuck?
I guess he likes it stanky.
Oh, he's like,
also,
I want to smell your girlfriend's poopy diarrhea.
Ember said IBS warrior and saluted.
Yeah, for real. She's got like the bookshop shits, but like for her boyfriend's house. I was so embarrassed and honestly have been kind of dreading coming here again. I was talking to my mom about this, and she suggested I bring some paper matches because that's what she used to do. I got some paper matches, and they actually work pretty well. Tonight I woke up from my sleep because I have diarrhea. I lit a match when I was done, ran it under water, and folded it up into some aluminum before throwing it in the garbage. I fell back asleep and was woken up a while later by a big commotion. My boyfriend's dad smelled burning and thought the house was on fire, so I woke everyone up in a panic and searched the house to see what was burning. I didn't immediately equate a match with a house fire, and I didn't smell anything, so I woke up, when I woke up, so I didn't bring up that I had lit a match. It wasn't even clicking to me that the match was what he smelled until my boyfriend asked if I smelled anything when I got up earlier to use the bathroom. Long story short, I got chewed out by his dad for lighting matches at night, or lighting matches in general as a guest in their home. Okay.
Weird.
Even his mom was upset because I could have started a fire and nobody would know.
That's weird.
I apologized and everyone went back to bed, but then my boyfriend lectured me for like 15 minutes about embarrassing him and playing dumb about not knowing what my dad smelled and not using common sense, and then he told me to go to sleep and try not to wake up everyone again. What the fuck?
Okay, the boyfriend's being a dick too.
What the fuck? She needs to get out of here. This is horrible. This is some, like, get out shit. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm honestly so pissed. My boyfriend is sleeping soundly, and I'm laying here getting madder and madder. This would have made me cry so bad.
For real.
I want to wake him up so he can leave, but I feel so uncomfortable. I don't want to face everyone in the morning. I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but I don't know if I'm thinking rationally because I'm tired and I can't fall back asleep. What do you think? Am I the asshole? No. Like...
No, obviously not.
Shit in their living room next time.
He set up like a lot of really weird expectations that made her uncomfortable, and when she tried to work within the expectations different times, every time it's turned out bad. Like, she's not the asshole, she's just trying to have a little privacy. That's not a problem.
Also, what the fuck? How dare her fucking boyfriend talk to her like that? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Like, that's like abusive.
Thank you for the kitty reminder, Slick. Everybody, you better be remembering that you're cute. I feel like if the boyfriend's reacting that way, he probably might also be like normalized to that kind of expectations that the dad has, and maybe he thinks it's normal.
God.
So I wonder if the boyfriend kind of agrees. That's so weird.
Playing dumb.
Also,
oh my god, that's so fucking mean. Like, why is he being fucking mean to her? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, very, very rude to say that she was playing dumb just because she didn't immediately know.
And not using common sense. She lit a match. Oh my god. She didn't
try not to wake everyone up again. She didn't wake everyone up, by the way, obviously. So that's so out of pocket. She wasn't the one who woke everyone up. That was that was literally the father-in-law.
Jesus.
Or the boyfriend's dad, I guess, is who it is. Thank God they're not married. I hope they break up. That's such a weird thing. She seems so uncomfortable when she visits.
His family doesn't like her, and he is on his family's side more than her side, and I don't think that's a very healthy relationship.
I don't know what more of these rules are. Like, how wild is this dad?
Yeah, that she's not allowed to use a bathroom fan?
Yeah, like, what are the other rules? I would also assume people would know the difference between match smoke and a house fire. For real, I think it would be much more obvious if there was a house fire. You get diarrhea at these people's home because it's an incredibly stressful environment. For real. Oh, I guess OP said that she's getting sick because these people leave raw meat out unrefrigerated on the counter for hours and then serve it to her. Jesus. I see. Yeah, you definitely have to be more careful with raw meat than that. Thank you for the hydrate! Everybody else better take a sip too. Okay, I'm hydrated. These are people responding about it. We don't need to see everybody's responses to that. But in the first paragraph, he said, I don't really have a problem with it, sweetheart. Your whole body is saying otherwise. Yeah, she did take precautions also to make sure that the match was put out. It wasn't like unsafe match handling. Raw meat? Don't they know Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah. She
Also,
I don't know if you saw, but she replied and also said they like leave their leftovers out all day and like they like cross contaminate with raw meat.
this family has never heard of the danger zone.
I know, fucking gross.
Not the asshole, so much not the asshole. um Yeah, for real. If it's been run underwater, then it's not gonna start a fire. That's so wild that she took all of those steps and he still woke up. And still got mad at her for it. Something is wrong with this family. At a minimum, they're enabling the father's personality disorder. I don't know if it's fair to say that, but at a minimum, they are enabling his issues. Stay away from these people. I don't think it's you can't just decide somebody has a personality disorder, but they are definitely enabling him if they're acting like that to her.
Next time, girl, just let everyone smell your shit, then bask.
For real.
That's what I'm saying. Just shit. If you've tried everything and they're being assholes and are literally chewing you out for it, just fucking blow up their toilet. Don't flush. Leave it there. Be like, sorry, I can't use the fan or light a match or use fucking spray. So
I don't know what to do about it. Your problem now. They're clueless that you're trying to help them, but fuck it, right? I would react with nonchalance if I heard them ask what that awful smell was, then I'd call my mom so she could laugh with me. Opie said, thank you for cheering me up with your funny comment. I wish I was that bold. Girl, just do it.
Just do it. Just fucking shit.
He was up sniffling to make sure no one was disobeying the rules? Maybe.
No, literally, though.
He was just like, is that a rule breaking I smell? Oh, no. Not the asshole. Being lectured by your boyfriend like you're a 5-year-old, I would have packed my bags and left.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm the maddest at the boyfriend for treating her so shitty. Like, how fucking dare he?
I wish OP had jumped in on that comment somewhere. Not the asshole your boyfriend is for not defending you. You're getting sick because of his family's lack of hygiene, and he and his father fussed at you for finding a way to deal with the fallout. I straight up would not eat there. I would not eat there. If I knew that was what was making me sick, I wouldn't eat there. I probably wouldn't even go.
I feel like she's very, very, I'm trying to think of a polite way to say it. People pleasery.
Yeah.
She's definitely like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to upset them. I want to follow their rules. I'll eat their food, even though it makes me sick. Like, I don't want to wake anyone up. I'll do these stupid fucking rules, and I'll let these people, like, yell at me and not even, like, leave or anything. Like
that? But if they were making food that made me sick, I would just be a vegetarian, you know? I just, like, change my diet. Like, I would make up an excuse that, like, wouldn't hurt their feelings. Like, I would just straight up not eat their fucking food, dude. I'd just be like, oh, I'm on a diet. I'm a vegetarian now.
Vegetarian in their house.
Well,
it upsets the dad's fucking sense of smell if you're a vegetarian.
I mean, I guess if you were eating a lot of, like, asparagus and other fibrous foods, like, maybe he would smell it. I guess you have a point there.
Your skin's upsetting me. I need you to change your pH level right now.
Is that a stinky? Not in my house. How often does the boyfriend lecture? Do I need to actually open this to find OP's comments? Like, are they in here, or would it have expanded it already? I don't think they're in here. I really want to know the answer to that question. Oh, not the reminding of your ex-in-laws. Oof. Okay. I think it's pretty solid what the answer is here.
Go up. Go up.
I saw them having a big conversation here. Is this the one you want?
Yeah.
Stop eating your food if it's making their food if it's making you sick. There's no reason to get diarrhea every time you go to his house. Not the asshole for lighting a match. Flush as you go, the smell won't linger. I know you're right, but it's just so awkward. I don't want to insult their cooking, and there's already been so many years of me complimenting the food and eating the food that I legitimately don't know how to approach this now. I should have been honest from the beginning, but how are you supposed to tell someone that you just met that their food made you sick? And at first I thought maybe it was just a fluke or something else. And when a pattern started to emerge, I saw more of how they handle food and stuff, and it seemed too late to say anything. I did tell my boyfriend after the first couple of trips, and he told them about thawing meat in the fridge and not storing leftovers in the oven and stuff. Storing leftovers in the oven? But they're set in their ways. I do a courtesy flush in the daytime, but flushing at night is a no-no! Unless it's an emergency, so I try to keep the nighttime flushing to a minimum. I've also woken his dad up in the past from flushing the toilet, so I'd like to avoid that if possible. What the fuck?
Bro, this girl is, like, traumatized.
For real. The dad just seems like he would take a personal affront if they didn't eat the food. Sorry, I'm allergic to terrible food. Hey, sorry y'all, I don't have the stomach of a goat. Or perhaps a hog.
Can you scroll down?
Yes. You don't have to answer this, but you leave me wondering if you grew up in an abusive situation. Your comments scream a trauma response. Most people wouldn't eat at a place that they have been repeatedly poisoned or stay at a place where they are harassed for shitting on a toilet. I don't know about abusive, but there was a lot of conflict growing up in my house. I used to defend myself, well, mostly my mom, if I'm being honest, from my dad. But then I just started not standing up to him anymore, and then later I kind of stopped standing up to anything, really. I do want to keep the peace, but I think of it more like I just want everyone to be happy and for there to not be any conflict. So you were so right.
Yeah.
People pleaser.
Yeah. I was like...
From your comment and a lot of others... Oh, go ahead.
I was just like, this girl is screaming, like, severe people pleaser issue.
Yeah. Why is the dad got the most sensitive senses on Earth? I don't know. From your comment and a lot of others, I'm seeing that it's not normal to eat food out of politeness, but I actually don't know how to not eat food someone has prepared for me while I'm a guest in their home. I don't really know how to say no to people in general, but this feels like an impossible task. I have no idea of what I could say and how I could say it. Do you maybe have any strategies on how I could approach this situation, or like a way of wording this so that I'm still polite, or do I have to be impolite? I feel socially inept, but I can't even think of one appropriate way to navigate the situation. Yeah, that is tough if you're this type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I am also I'm very conflict avoidant, so I can understand how it would be hard. I would just try to be very creative getting out of the situation. Your boyfriend should be standing up for you.
Yeah, literally.
Yes!
especially if I had a partner I knew who was a people pleaser type personality. I would be the one who would stand up for them the most, you know? Like, I just want to protect them and, like, make sure they're being respected, you know?
When somebody I care about has a hard time saying something, even though I'm a people pleaser, I try to be the one to say it.
Exactly. I'm the same way.
They need somebody to advocate for them, you know?
Yeah.
And then just, like, a whole bunch of conversation about how to maybe say no, or other people's opinions of the boyfriend. Looks like therapy would be a good start. So true. I hope she gets help, and I also hope she gets out of that relationship, because it doesn't seem healthy.
Yeah.
This is the second comment I've gotten questioning if I was in an abusive household. My dad was kind of hard on everyone, but not for stuff like, wow, I was actually going to type in bodily functions, but as I was typing it, I was reminded of all the road trips we took where we weren't allowed to stop if we had to pee until he had to pee. Am I really giving abused person vibes or something? Oh, girl.
Oh, no. She's having a fucking realization of her trauma in the Reddit
This was
thread.
Just over 2 weeks ago. I hope this really sparked something for her.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if I click on her. Am I the ass? I'm gonna see if there's anything else from her. But you would be right to not go back. I don't want to have children in an unhealthy environment where we have to pretend everything is fine when it's not. Okay, so she's framing it in a way where she can process it, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It doesn't look like she has said anything about getting help, but hopefully this has opened her eyes, and hopefully she gets some help, because
Yeah.
this is pretty wild. Okay. Did I read that one, or did you read it?
You read it, I think.
Then this one is for you.
Or did I? No, I read it because I was laughing about how her dad-in-law is a rat.
Okay, let me get a sippy and then I'll read.
Okay. Because he's scurrying around from a match.
Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to watch my favorite movies with me?
Yes.
So
wait, apparently the answer is yes.
Obviously the question, the answer is no, right? But like the answer is yes.
Is your favorite movie like gore porn that you're making her sit through?
Okay.
Is it just the shittiest movie?
Like, what is it? What's happening? Okay, throwaway, because last weekend was my, male 28's, birthday. My girlfriend, female 25, had asked what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to watch my favorite movie trilogy, Lord of the Rings. Okay, so far, not an asshole. That's fine. Love Lord of the Rings. I don't think my girlfriend was thrilled, but she didn't say anything and agreed.
That's a long choice, though. Jesus.
It is a long choice, and I feel like maybe
they could have
chosen
something else.
Maybe could have chosen something else,
or maybe
could have just picked one.
Yeah.
Maybe could have invited a bunch of people over and made like a marathon about it. So if she needed to take a break, she could go, and he'd still have friends around.
I remember when I first watched it, and it took like 3 days for me to watch.
Yeah, I watched all of them in one sitting with my bestie, and I fell asleep the entire second one.
Oh no.
Yeah, if it was the extended cuts, then ... for real. I mean, if this is his favorite movies, it could have been the extended cuts as well. She has seen them before, and I don't think she really likes them very much, but she knows I love them, so she doesn't really say anything besides they aren't really her thing. So she's like, yeah, I'll watch them, but they're not really my thing. That's fair. But I really wanted to make a day of watching them, and I went over to her house because she has a big, comfortable couch. About 10 minutes into the first movie, and I look over and she is browsing on her phone.
No.
Oh no.
I can see where this is going.
That'd be a tough ask for people who aren't fans. Yeah. I still haven't seen the extended cuts, and I do like Lord of the Rings.
Also, she's already seen them. It's not like you're showing them to her the first time.
It is hard to rewatch them if you're not that interested in them.
Like, it'd be different. It'd be different if I was like, babe, I want to show you my favorite movie. Like, this means a lot to me. Can you watch it with me? Then I can understand being like a little upset if they're on their phone the whole time. But if they're like, oh, we've watched these movies a ton already, and I want to watch them again because it's my favorite movie, then I'm like, yeah, you can get on your fucking phone. You already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I was a little miffed, but I didn't say anything. She basically scrolled through her phone the entire movie. When we started the second movie, she opened a bottle of wine and proceeded to drink the whole thing.
Oh, she really hates Lord of the Rings. Oh, no.
While still sitting on her phone. I was pretty irritated at this point because she wasn't even paying attention at all. Okay, they needed to talk about this.
Yeah.
Hello, puppies. We hear you.
Stop it. Stop it.
The third movie started, and by then she had opened another bottle of wine and was asleep within the first 20 minutes. I was really mad at that point and just left and went home. Oh. Did they not even talk about it?
No,
okay, so
didn't.
The 2 bottles of wine tells me she really didn't want to do this, but it probably was hard for her to say she didn't want to do it because it was for his birthday.
Yeah, but like, if I was her, I would not drink that much in one sitting and fall asleep.
Yeah.
At the very least. Like,
I also probably would have brought up, like, hey, I gotta be honest with you, I'm probably not really gonna be super engaged, so if that doesn't work for you, like, maybe we should do something else. Like, not one time, whenever I need to focus on something, but I want to watch stuff with Ember, I'll ask them, like, is there something we can watch that I don't have to focus on? Not that was her situation, but, like, I'll make sure that I'm clear beforehand that I'm not going to focus, because I know that Ember really loves movies, and that movies mean a lot to them, so if they are showing me something they care about, I want to give it my whole attention. So, like, if I was her, I would have personally been like, hey, I'm not going to be able to focus on this. Is this okay? Should we pick something else? Should we do something
Yeah, I wouldn't
else?
down 2 bottles of wine and then fall asleep. That feels a bit much. Like, being on your
Yeah.
phone is okay. But, like, two
Yeah.
bottles of wine and then falling asleep, that's
There's-
comical.
There's a message there.
That is comical.
She did not handle that well, but he also should not have expected her to be super invested if he knows she didn't like it for real.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep moving. A few hours later, I got a text asking where I went. I told her I was mad that she couldn't pay attention to my favorite movies on my birthday. She told me I was an asshole and to grow the hell up. I texted her a couple of times, but she hasn't responded. Am I the asshole? Okay, I will say, if this is still his birthday, maybe should not be cursing him out on his birthday. But,
This
like,
this seems like this situation is not making me mad. It is making me laugh. Cause
it is making me laugh.
Like the whole concept of being like, babe, let's watch a 9-hour an incredibly long trilogy for my birthday, and she's just like, okay, and then drinks 2 bottles of wine and falls asleep and he leaves. That's so fucking funny.
It honestly sounds like a character you would write.
I know.
Like, okay, so before the edit, gonna say, I think that they were both not communicating the way they needed to about these movies.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he's an asshole for wanting to watch his favorite movies. But I will say that he's an asshole for noticing she wasn't interested and not, like, stopping to have a conversation there and then getting angry.
Getting angry instead of being like, hey, maybe we should do something else, you know?
And
also
on the flip side of that...
Also for choosing a trilogy...
for a long trilogy.
For your birthday movie, like, that's too much. Like, come on. A trilogy that she hates, nonetheless.
On the flip side... I'd say it's not assholery of her to agree to try to watch the movies with him and then to be disinterested. That's not an asshole situation.
No.
It is kind of an asshole to drink 2 bottles of wine and then fall asleep.
On his birthday!
On his birthday! Yeah, so everyone kind of sucks, I think. This is blown up, and I've gotten a little overwhelmed, but I do accept that I was the asshole. Watching 9 hours of a movie she hates was definitely too much of an ask, and I shouldn't have reacted the way I did. Just took it personally because I felt like she didn't even try, and these movies are important to me. The fact that she isn't much of a drinker and drank this much kind of set me off. I called and left her a voicemail apologizing. Oh, this must be like the same day / the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Okay, there's kind of the, did he know that she hates it, or did he just think that it wasn't her fave? Because if he knew that she hates it, that is also, like, another layer of asking too much of her.
Well, if he didn't know, he certainly knew after the second bottle of wine.
That's so true. Okay. Let's see. You're the asshole. She's seen them before. She didn't like them, yet she agreed to be there with you while you watched them on your birthday without complaint. That's true. She was there. The way she showed she wasn't interested, I could see how you could take that a bit personally. For sure. Like, if I was like, rewatch my favorite movie with me, and then they drank 2 bottles of wine and fell asleep, I'd be like, oh, owie. That doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Why didn't we just talk about this?
Yeah.
Why does it matter if she's paying attention? What do you gain from that except the validation of forcing someone to pay attention to something you like for however long that bloody trilogy is? I mean, that is not a small amount of time she dedicated to being there with you, despite both of you knowing that she would get nothing from it. You know what I think? He still could have watched his trilogy and had something for her to do.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he really just wanted her to focus on it with him.
Like,
you know?
whatever her interests are, like, maybe have something that she could do. They could, like, parallel play, you know?
Yeah. That I would be fine with that. Like, whenever someone wants to put on a movie at my party, I'm like, yeah, fucking go for it. And then people can kind of just do whatever they want or watch it. I'm always happy with that. Yeah.
Not to mention the way you let yourself get angry and angrier. Yeah, that's not healthy. You need to talk about it. She's right. You could stand to grow up. Yeah, I'd say it wasn't mature, but I don't like the words grow up.
Yeah. It seems a bit extreme.
Yeah.
I think he was just hurt, and it was his birthday. It was a special day, so he was really disappointed.
Yeah.
And he
Sounds like
acted badly.
Yeah. It sounds like he wanted another fan with to watch it with who'd like to discuss it, but did not pick the right person.
Yeah.
For real, I wonder if he maybe didn't have somebody else that could discuss it with him.
Or maybe he was like, oh, my girlfriend would love to just like tear apart the Lord of the Rings trilogy with me on my birthday.
Yeah, he should have picked somebody better or had something for her to do also. All three of them clocking in at a runtime of over 9 hours. You're the asshole. Just cut and dry there. I imagine OP would want to watch the extended editions, which run up to 11 hours and 55 minutes. We can just say 12 hours. We can just say 12 hours. It's fine. Your favorite movies are your favorites, not hers. And you even acknowledged that she doesn't like them. Now you're pouting because you didn't enjoy being subjected to watching hours of those films? Would you have even been attentive and enthralled if she lined up a day of watching Beaches, Fried Green Tomatoes, Sleepless in Seattle?
These are all like chick flicks.
It's okay to enjoy different things. Yeah.
Yeah, like what you said. I really like parallel play. Like if I'm not into whatever someone's watching, it's fine. Like
yeah,
I
think
like interacting with the person and being there.
There are a good handful of ways this could have gone differently. There are a good handful of things they could have done rather than watch this, or maybe different people he could have invited, or just invited more people. Like, there's different ways the situation could have played out better.
I think he should have invited more people who were actually fans of Lord of the Rings, so he could still have his girlfriend there, but he wouldn't feel, like he was just watching the movie alone,
Yeah. See, he's not the asshole for wanting to watch the movies on his birthday, or for wanting to watch his favorite movies on his birthday with his girlfriend. But I will say he's kind of the asshole for not being mature and talking with her about it when he realized she was not into it, and then expecting a lot more of her than he should have.
Yeah.
And she's a little assholery for also not being mature and talking about it and chugging 2 bottles of wine.
And then calling him an asshole.
On his birthday. She also could have been more mature about it, but yeah. Not an asshole in concept, but a little asshole how it played out.
Yeah. I think this one's a very tame one. Like, I don't feel like these two should break up. Like, this time. I feel like these two just need to talk. And, like, he even said he apologized, so that's good.
I wonder if she got... Let's meet.
Oh, there's a key right there.
A key? What does that mean?
Scroll down. Where is it? Where'd it go? There it is. Scroll up a little more. To the right.
Like what these things mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Not enough info. No assholes here. Everyone sucks here. My screen can't see it, but you would be the asshole. Interesting. You would not be the asshole.
What does that mean? Oh, like if they decide to do it.
Yeah, or like if this thing had happened, or like if something happened differently, you would be the asshole. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna click on them because this was a month ago, so they could have posted an update somewhere. They did the theatrical versions. I thought extended would have been pushing my luck good. Oh no, I'm pretty sure I'm single. Although it's been a week and I'm starting to get worried that she hasn't said anything. Is there more to that? No, there's not more to that.
Oh no.
Oh my god. And no real updates after that. I still haven't heard from her. Huh? Tara? Where did that come from? I said in another comment, but I've watched Terrifier with her in part of a Serbian movie. She really likes violent foreign movies.
She sounds like a catch.
To be fair, she didn't make me watch it. She said she was going to watch it, and I stayed and started, and then noped the hell out. Okay. It sounds like they are not doing okay, though.
Oh no, I'm sad.
She loves horror. Oh, I hope there was an official breakup, though. That would suck to get ghosted about that over your birthday. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. Am I the asshole for exposing my future brother-in-law's shady past to my family? And they were labeled the asshole. So, oh no, this is gonna get messy. I can already tell.
It sounds like she ghosted him. That's what I'm thinking. But boy, do I hope that there was some, like, stop talking to me, we're through, or something like that, you know? The title of this? What?
I'm just like, I don't know if I would ghost someone over that. Especially someone I'm dating.
Yeah. The title, if we're being literal, then the title sounds like it should be no. But it really depends on what you mean by shady past.
Yeah, like, what are they? Are they a pedophile, or do they just like gambling? Like,
yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I'm 37, female, and I come from a close-knit family. I have 2 younger siblings, 28 male and 27 female, and my sister recently got engaged to future brother-in-law, 23 male, after dating him for around a year. We all know him very well, and I've always gotten along with him. He comes from a rough background, but he has always been very polite and charming. He doesn't talk about his own family or about his upbringing. My sister said it's a painful topic for him, so no one's ever pushed. There was recently a family event in which future brother-in-law attended. He was quiet during the day. He normally is high energy and sociable, and then disappeared for a while. When I went outside for some fresh air, I bumped into him. He was emotional and said it was a hard day for him due to negative associations. He ended up offloading some quite shocking things from his past, including that he has a history of very serious drug use, including needles, and that he has done sex work and porn, men and women, and I felt bad for him at the time because he was so upset, literally crying on my shoulder, but afterwards I felt more and more uncomfortable. I still feel bad for him since he clearly regrets it, but he's very shocking to find out that he has that kind of history, and it does make me feel differently about him. Okay.
Let's pause.
Not only are you exposing him to your family, you're exposing him to the internet right now to a bunch of strangers.
Real. I want to pause and already say asshole.
Asshole. Asshole. Double asshole for doing it twice on the internet.
That is literally no one's business.
Literally.
You know?
Like, she didn't even have to be like, yeah, he used needles. Also, he fucked men and women. Like,
yeah, we didn't need those clarifications.
Like, she's doing it again. Asshole.
Yeah.
Obviously, I told my husband what what future brother-in-law told me because I didn't feel comfortable keeping it to myself, and I told my sister because I didn't know how honest he had been with her, and it could make an impact on her decision to marry him. She was angry, and she was fully aware. She said she was fully aware, and it doesn't make her think less of him. I know others might disagree.
For her.
Yeah, for real. I know others might disagree, but I decided if my sister and future brother-in-law weren't going to bring it up, then it was my responsibility to make sure my family had the information needed to make an informed choice about what kind of relationship they have with him. What?
Fuck.
Bro, it's not like he's currently doing heroin. Jesus Christ. My parents agreed that it was the right thing to do and were grateful. My brother said he could see my point, but it didn't think it was my responsibility to share that information, especially since he came to you in a moment of weakness, crying, and you did this. My brother's wife thought I was out of line. When my sister found out that I had told the family about future brother-in-law's sketchy past, she was very angry. She's now refusing to speak to me altogether because apparently this has affected future brother-in-law quite badly. They're no longer engaged because he thinks he's not good enough for her, and no one in my family has seen him since all this happened. Jesus Christ. Obviously that wasn't my intention, but no one said he isn't good enough. I think it's naive to pretend that you see someone exactly the same way after finding out they're an addict. Whether you like it or not, there are risks that come with that lifestyle, and relapses are common. I'm concerned that my sister will get hurt, and I don't think it's unreasonable for my family to have access to the same information I do, especially when they're inviting me to their homes and there are children around. Am I the asshole for informing my family about my future brother-in-law's background? Jesus Christ. This just reeks of, like, fucking hatefulness.
Yeah.
And, like, prejudice. you know.
If I go back to the last one, Stogren said, I reckon it was more about the boyfriend leaving than it was about making her watch the movies. Which,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I agree with that.
She's showing her prejudices pretty openly. Yeah, she is. Like, obviously she has an issue with addicts, not taking into consideration that is a disease. Nobody wants to get addicted.
And also, it's in his past, too.
It's
so
in his past. He's not dealing with it now.
It's it's none of her fucking business, to be honest.
He presumably had a pretty good, support network with his fiance. And what he thought he had a good support network with his fiance's family. There's no other reason he would have exposed that very vulnerable part of himself to this person. Also, the person speaking.
Also, she's got some vibes, by the way.
Yeah, if he didn't consider this person part of his support network. So he thought that he would be in a good place. And that obviously he didn't consider this to be an issue anymore. Like a issue of potentially becoming re-addicted, you know? So he reached out and you spat in his face, totally reasonable, for real.
Yeah, and then saying there's children around, like he's a danger to the children and the family. Like, how
that
fucking
is, again,
horrible.
another, homophobia mark, because there's some people who are like, oh, them gays are also pedophiles.
Yeah.
Like, that feels like that's kind of in that line of thinking. The way she betrayed his trust with no second thoughts, for real, immediately started telling other people about it.
Yeah, and, didn't even, fucking, the fact that, if she was so concerned, she should have just talked to her sister, you know? And been like, hey, did you know about this? And not been, and then if she's like, yeah, then she would have been like, okay, fair enough. And respected her sister's fucking emotional intelligence to make a decision about this and know that he was safe to bring around her family. Instead, she was like, well, my sister's stupid and doesn't know any better, so I'm going to tell the whole family anyways.
This person, I think she is the asshole. She's absolutely the asshole. There's no question about that.
Yeah, she's horrible. She's a horrible person. And she, ruined her sister's engagement with the man she loves.
I said, let's see how they crucified her in the comments.
By, fucking destroying his self-esteem. You suck.
This thread is now locked due to excessive, to an excess of rule violations. Oh my god, you suck. OP, read this again, and then read this again. And then read it again. Let's close the you suck. You're the asshole. Brother-in-law stories for him to tell, not you. They didn't bring it up for a reason. Your sister has every right to be angry at you. An informed decision about what? To treat him like a human being?
Exactly.
You're the asshole. Maybe you didn't realize because you're so blinded by your own ego, but he's 23. That would indicate he got started on drugs and sex work at a younger, much more vulnerable age. Most 18-year-olds aren't aspiring to be addicts or porn stars. Do you know anything about his financial or living situations at that time? Do you have any idea how he ended up in that situation? Can you even imagine the shame and guilt he must feel without the added pressure of knowing how harshly you and your family judge him? Next time, if there even is a next time, that someone trusts you with personal information, try compassion over your holier-than-thou approach, and you might find that people with pasts they're ashamed of can be some of the greatest people you ever meet.
I fucking forgot he was 23. He's a kid.
Yeah.
How old is she?
37.
Oh my god, she's 40, and she's fucking traumatizing this kid over stuff he did as a teenager.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Should have minded your own business. For real? This is no one else's business. Here are the list of reasons why you're the asshole on a truly spectacular scale. 1. You massively betrayed the trust of someone who opened up to you about their trauma. 2. You are judgmental of sex workers and people who have suffered from and overcome the disease of addiction. 3. You described said disease as a lifestyle. 4. The fact that you felt the need to clarify men and women indicates a level of homophobia.
Exactly.
5. You're treating your adult sister like a child who can't make her own decisions. 6. You don't have the self-awareness or emotional intelligence to realize any of this. The absolute privilege on that woman, for real. This is so articulately put. Yeah, I agree. To think that you could possibly not be the asshole is so jaded, it's sick. I hope you enjoy the relationship you had with your sister because it's destroyed now because of your holier-than-thou sense of judgment. You should be ashamed of yourself!
Yeah.
Yes. It really sucks that he went to her.
I know, the worst fucking person to go to.
Everybody else
like
was like,
horrible day for him. He was having a horrible fucking day.
everyone else she told was like, well, that's like uncomfy, but not my business. Opie, are you gonna defend yourself at all? Explain or add additional information? Looks like no. I literally made an account to tell you you're the asshole.
You really suck is the main account.
You are my worst nightmare. The deepest circle of hell is reserved for the treacherous. You're the asshole, you suck. Dude, what the fuck was OP saying in response to get nuked like this? I don't know if OP even said anything in response.
I don't think she did.
The thread is locked. It didn't say that. Oh, wait. Deleted.
Dirty deleted, bitch.
So we'll never know. We'll never know what she was saying. Okay.
God. That got my blood boiling.
Yeah, for real. Like,
I feel revitalized.
How could you be that like full of yourself?
I know. How could you be that mean and hurtful and hateful?
So
of like
gross.
A crying child. Someone who's like almost 20 years younger than you is crying because of his horrible past he had when he was probably like 18 of being a sex worker and a drug addict, and you're just like, I'm gonna tell everyone about this and shame him publicly.
The internet.
Yeah, including the internet. That's the worst part. It's like she was like, am I the asshole for this? Let me just tell the internet all his personal details as well. Like she clearly thought she wasn't an asshole at all.
Yeah.
No, I read it.
Wanted to check.
Oh, actually, I need to use the bathroom.
Okay, go use the bathroom.
Am I the asshole for using the bathroom?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just.
You should be ashamed.
Myself. Okay, I'll be right back.
We can only. Yeah, like maybe
Okay, I'm back.
Ember was thinking like hopefully them not seeing the brother-in-law anymore, the rest of the family not seeing the brother-in-law anymore. Maybe the sister is just keeping him away from the family.
Maybe, but I think the fact that he broke off the engagement with her is just... I think he's just ashamed. I think he's shame hiding.
This was, how long ago? 26 days ago. So it's possible in that time, he might have been able to talk to his ex-fiance. Because she seemed to be a genuine source of support.
Yeah, I hope they got back together. I'm sure if she can, like... Because she probably had to do a lot of, like, work with him on, like, not being... Because, like, clearly he's very ashamed about it. She probably had to do a lot of work with him in the first place to even get him to the point where he felt like he was worth her. And now she's got to start from scratch, basically.
Yeah.
Of having to, like, tell him, like, help build up his, like, self-confidence again. So hopefully she can do that and they can become engaged again.
I wish there was a way to check on him, but, you know, all we can do is send him good thoughts and hope he's doing okay. Yeah. And let anybody else know that if you're in this situation that you are not the problem. The problem is the person who thinks that it's their business.
Maybe we should just let people over 40 stop having opinions.
Yeah. that might be good. Okay. I'm excited to read this one because I love chicken Alfredo. Am I the asshole for blowing up on my husband over chicken Alfredo? The question sounds like the question sounds like the answer is yes, but
maybe he
the Reddit
bad fucking Alfredo.
The Reddit has decided not the asshole, so I'm curious. I, 38 female, am married to my husband, 42 male, and we've been together since our early 20s and have 3 small children, all under 10. He's a mechanic and works anywhere from 60 to 80 hours a week, while I work as a hostess 3 days a week at a restaurant while the kids are at school. I do the majority of the housework and childcare, and I don't mind as I understand he has a hard job and works a lot. He gets the kids on the bus every morning because he leaves for work about 10 minutes afterwards. All I ask of him is to do his laundry, as his clothes are covered in oil and grime and need to go in by themselves, and pick up after himself because the kids destroy the whole house enough. A couple of times a week, he'll help with dinner and clean up at the end of the day as well.
Okay, sounds good so far. Sounds fair.
Ember's theorizing that he just puts skim milk and shaky cheese on some spaghetti.
Oh no.
Over the last 2 months, he's completely stopped helping.
Oh no.
He dumps his clothes on the laundry room floor.
Why?
Half of the bedroom is a mess. He leaves cans and wrappers all over the living room, and he's even stopped getting the kids up, which has upset them as they love their mornings with Dad. He's also been coming home hours later than usual. I've been letting it slide as it seems he's very stressed out. But a few days ago, he snapped at me for being a shitty wife for letting his clothes go unwashed. I reminded him that he always did his own laundry, and he hadn't asked me to do it. I've been doing it, I just hadn't gotten to it yet. He just grumbled and went to go watch TV.
What if he's cheating?
He might be, because usually when you make a decision to, like, do something terrible with your life like that, you start acting terrible too, you know? Last night I made chicken Alfredo. We have it about once a week because the kids love it and no one's ever complained. Well, he bitched and moaned through the whole dinner. Said that since I'm not taking care of the house, I should at least put a good meal on the table. Okay, chicken Alfredo is a good meal. It was like one of the only meals that my mom repeated growing up because we were poor, so we had also a situation where we would have the same meals like every week. Mm-hmm. It was one of the only meals she would cook that I was like looking forward to every week. Like, chicken Alfredo is a good, hearty, filling meal and very tasty.
Well, they have it once a week. It's a weekly deal because the kids love it.
Yeah. I'm
so
saying
it's not even like she's serving the same meal constantly. It's just once a week for the kids.
I'm saying that because he said that she should put a good meal on the table. That is a good meal.
Yeah.
Dude sounds like Leo? Wait, Leo? A person or like a Leo?
Don't slander Leos like that. What the fuck?
Wait, who's Leo? Remind me. You know I don't remember names and stuff. I've, Twin Peaks Leo. Ooh. Oh! Oh my god, he does sound like Leo. What the fuck? Okay. Serenity, when you watch Twin Peaks, there is a man you're gonna hate.
Oh, great.
Just so you know.
Love it. Is he white?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, no.
Okay, so that since I'm not taking care of the house, I should at least put a good meal on the table. But I've just been letting the whole family go to shit, and I should be ashamed of myself for not treating him and his, or for treating him and his children like that.
She has done nothing different.
Yeah. Called me a bad wife and mother in front of our children. I told the children to go to their rooms and snapped. I screamed at him about how much I do for the household, that if it wasn't for me, the place would be trashed, and he has no right to treat me like this over chicken Alfredo. We went back and forth for a while before he left, and I have no idea where he went, and he isn't answering my calls or texts. Oh my fucking god.
Bro. Dude's cheating.
It's like you're buying a tweet? Oh, whoa? This is wild.
Dude's cheating.
Yeah, he has to be. Or, like, maybe his mom. Maybe it's a mom thing. I could see that.
Not all of a sudden, though. Like, everything was perfect, and then all of a sudden he starts trashing the house and acting like shit and not doing anything. Dude's cheating.
I feel bad now, as I shouldn't have reacted like that,
No,
especially because I know he's been stressed from work, but it all just kind of built up and came out at once. I just want to know if I was wrong for freaking out on him like that. No, because he freaked out on you first.
Yeah, he was being abusive to you in front of your kids.
If he was ready to yell at you about something, then he's ready for you to respond emotionally. Like, that's all I have to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
At Fi. What does that mean? You're saving them up. How many do you have? Oh my gosh. Okay, update. I called my husband for the 100th time because he still hasn't come home and the kids wanted to know where he was. And a woman answered.
I was fucking right! Oh,
I didn't
my
recognize
God.
her voice. And he doesn't have a sister. I asked her to put me on the phone with my husband, and she asked who I was. I said I was his wife, and she laughed into the phone and told me he was busy. We went back and forth with her laughing at me the whole time before telling her she'll send him home and send him home soon and hanging up.
There's no saving this marriage. This marriage is fucked.
Oh my god. It's now the next morning and he's still not home. I really didn't think he was cheating. I had really hoped that this was just a rough patch, but it looks like most of you were right. I'm heartbroken and a little in shock, but not really sure what to do right now. My brother said I should come stay with him, and I might, or maybe just bring the kids so they don't have to see us fight. I might update again, or I might not, but I'm sure you all know where this is heading anyways. At first, I thought he was just suffering from depression, then I realized he was just an asshole.
No,
yeah.
He was just cheating. Because, like, when you're suffering from depression, it doesn't make you an asshole. Usually.
Yeah.
It just makes you very sad and empty. So I can understand a messy room. And, like, you feel bad for being a messy, depressive person. But this guy was being an asshole to her and blaming her for his mess. And that's textbook cheating behavior. Like, when all of a sudden you go from, like, a perfectly healthy, communicative family to all of a sudden there's, like, no catalyst whatsoever. All of a sudden he just starts acting different and starts being hateful to you for no reason. It's because there's another woman telling him to be hateful to you.
Ember said she should change the locks, and I agree.
I agree.
She needs to get out of there.
Also, what the fuck? Like, his fucking kids, he just fucking abandoned. I know cheaters do that all the time, but I never understand how they can just up and abandon their kids.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
really hard to understand. Okay, update number 2. He came home a few hours after I last updated. I immediately confronted him about the woman answering. He denied cheating and said it was one of his friends messing with me because he stayed at a friend's house and they must have answered his phone. I told him I don't believe him and to pack some things and leave because I want a divorce. He blew up at this, telling me it was his home. My parents bought us the house when we got married, and that he was not going to leave. We argued for a while until I called my brother. My brother lives about 20 minutes away, so he got to the house very quick, and once he got there, my husband calmed down and packed a bag. once he was gone, my brother helped me contact a divorce lawyer. My brother and his wife check in with us every day. We're all safe, and I've had very minimal contact with my now ex-husband. I probably won't update again. That's fair.
Jeez.
I'm glad her brother was there to help.
Yeah, for real. I can't believe he just fucking ruined their life like that. For what?
I can.
Some pussy? Like, Jesus.
Like, I can... That happens a lot, unfortunately.
I know. I never get it. I'm like, why? Like, he really had, like, a perfect life. Like, why? I don't know. I don't get it.
The original story without the context, she obviously was not an asshole.
Yeah.
For getting upset when he yelled at her, and there's no question here. Like through all of this, he is an absolute fucking asshole. He should not have done this to them. He shouldn't have ruined their lives like this.
Mm-hmm.
People saying you're DH, I don't know what that means. Maybe having an affair and setting you up to be the bad wife and mother to justify his behavior. That's what happened to me. Oh no. Mr. E is fired and can't make himself admit it. Yeah, but we already know. There are dudes out there who think they need to literally kill their family instead of just getting a divorce. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Crazy.
It sounds like something has changed for your husband. Could he possibly be depressed or burned out? I mean, like we said, being depressed or burnt out doesn't usually make you, like,
abusive.
Take it out on others.
Yeah.
But I can understand the urge to go there, to, like, want to try to be empathetic first. I always want to be empathetic first. But yeah, usually it doesn't make you take it out on other people. I struggle with depression. I know lots of people who struggle with depression. There are different aspects of mental health that can make you behave in like a mean way, but even if it was something like that, that's still your responsibility to
and it's usually not a sudden thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, normally that's like a personality disorder that you've had for a while, you know? It's not like you had a perfect family and then all of a sudden, suddenly I've contracted bipolar and I'm mean to you now.
We have separate accounts and joint account for bills that we both transfer to. I don't make much at my job, but I do have savings from an inheritance I got a few years ago. So she owns the house. She makes her own money. She has
I just feel bad
savings.
Because he was the breadwinner. That must have been hard. Because she was the housewife, you know?
Yeah. But it sounds like she'll be able to at least get herself on her feet. And her brother sounds very supportive, so I'm sure if she needs help, like, you know, making ends meet, or like maybe needs like a couple of meals covered a week, like they can go have dinner with them, that kind of stuff. Not the asshole, and fuck all these people for telling you to be more understanding. This must be before we had the updates.
Yeah.
So true. I didn't, you know, we haven't seen that, but like if I read that, that would make me so angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this person's very angry. I'm side-eyeing him suddenly staying out hours later than usual. Yeah, for real, like hours later than 80 hours, that's already wild. That's already such a huge like workload, and then there's like really no reasonable way to stay at work longer than that. In the past 2 months, have you attempted to find out why your partner changed so drastically? That girl on the phone will realize soon enough that she's hooking up with an absolute fail man. True.
Yeah.
I've asked him, but he tends to brush me off and says he doesn't want to think about work. I do know they recently lost an employee and the workload's gotten bigger for everyone, but he's had coworkers quit in the past and never behaved like this. Okay, no more updates about that part. Just or not, you're not supposed to be disrespectful to your mate. Yeah, even if this was a stress situation and not a cheating situation, that's true. That still would have been very asshole. Sound like someone found a men's right / Andrew's Tate sort of community. No, he just cheated. Okay. Okay, that sucks for her.
Yeah.
I'm glad she like immediately
got a divorce.
Yeah, like she stood up for herself. She had a support network. Like I'm glad she had all of that.
She sounds like a solid woman.
Wait, hold on. This is an original post somewhere else. Should we just go there? Let's see. Oh, it was removed. Okay. Dude, I have some fucking dog shit work experience, and not once did I think, well, better abuse my partner. Can confirm.
Yeah.
Can absolutely confirm.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. It was just very obvious to me that he was cheating because, like, it was such a bit drastic personality change all of a sudden with no, like, noticeable catalyst whatsoever. Then I'm like, that's not just stress. Like, stress builds up, you know? Like, if it was burnout, you would have noticed him slowly getting, you know, more upset, more angry, you know, stuff like that. Because I've experienced burnout, and it didn't just suddenly one day I was like angry and spiteful. It builds up, you know. But when it's a sudden change like that, it's normally because someone's telling you, oh, you should leave your wife because she's a bad wife, and I would be a good wife, you know.
Yeah, it's something like someone else putting that idea.
Yeah,
in your head.
exactly. And you know,
or
guys
or
are
just
so
thinking
quick to
like,
lap
oh,
up
I have
that
it. I was gonna say, or just starting to think like, oh, I have it so much better with this woman I cheat with.
Yeah, yeah. And like guys will lap up that idea so quick because they want to feel justified in their cheating. They don't want to feel like a bad guy who cheated, you know. So they'll demonize their perfectly good wife for no reason.
Okay. This one's for you.
Okay. Original OP wonders if they're the asshole for starting a housing project without discussing it with their wife, and I don't know what the conclusion is. Am I the asshole for starting a housing project without discussing it with my wife? My wife, Amy, 27 female, and I, 27 male, have a spare room in our house. We've gone back and forth since we moved in 2 years ago about what we wanted to do with it, but we never took the initiative to actually implement any of the plans. We already had a significant number of guest rooms and an office, so the room just sits there unutilized. I'm not worried about it, but my wife brings it up now and then. These mentions are just of the unused room itself, not anything concrete she actually wants to use it for. I made a new friend, Ben, 30 male, about 8 months ago, and very much one of those we connected from the first time we spoke to each other situations. I've actually never had many close male friends, so this connection was especially important to me. The conversations flowed so easily. We had loads in common. I didn't think such a huge amount of genuine love and respect for a person could develop in less than a year, but it's been so cool to experience that and get to know him. One of the things that we bonded over was a similar love of art and music. Ben is... Ben
is way, way more talented than I am. And it's right here.
Wait, sorry, hold on. My phone was, like, dying.
Okay, I highlight your Ben so you can find it.
Okay, sorry. It, like, turned on the flashlight to let me know it's dying, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh. Yeah, you gotta charge it when you stream.
Ah! Okay. Oh, no, I'm so tall now. What have I done?
You can shift R.
There we go. Ben is way more talented than I am when it comes to painting, but it's something we both enjoy. His birthday is coming up soon, so I thought, on top of what else I was getting, I could turn the spare room into something similar to an art studio for both of us to use. I already ordered a few things for it and was already getting ready to jump into painting the walls when my wife came in and demanded to know what I was doing. I explained that I was finally fixing up the spare room. She said it was unacceptable. I had done this without confirming with her that it was okay, but I didn't think I would need to since it's been 2 years and the room has basically never been touched. Am I the asshole?
This is such a weird problem.
I know. Also, I think he might be gay for Ben.
I think he might be gay for Ben.
Like, I love you so much, man. I turned a room into my house to something you can use for your birthday? That's a little weird.
Yeah, that's kind of fruity.
It's a little fruity.
Yeah, he probably should have discussed it with her. That's fair. It is their home that they share.
Yeah. Um,
This is such a weird
I
situation.
know. I'm like, what? Okay. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who was compassionate towards me in the comments. Ben and I sat down on Tuesday night about everything. It was overwhelming to say the least. He was so gentle and sweet as always and allowed me the time and the space to say everything I needed to. That night was one of the most beautiful of my life. Acceptance, love, and trust are truly so powerful and life-changing.
Oh my god.
What, bro?
They're in love.
They're in love. Is he about to leave his wife? Amy and I had a conversation about the spare room last night. I had been putting it off since my post a few days ago. I was hoping to wait until the weekend to talk about it all, but she insisted. I did a lot as the comments suggested and used the renovation as a lead to talk about other things going on. I told her that her reaction to it brought up a lot of confusing emotions for me that I've spent the last few days working through, and things continue from there. I had toyed with the idea of couples therapy, and it was something she suggested, but I don't think it's a viable option. I love her, but I've come to realize that I was never in love with her like I once thought, and after getting to really truly experience that, it wouldn't be fair for either of us to try and force something that I'm not capable of giving to her. I'll be splitting my time staying in one of our guest rooms with Ben in his apartment for the time being while we separate and work things out moving forward. Obviously, that means the room renovations have been paused until there's moments. I'm really, really excited for the future. ETA clarification on my current living situation. Bro.
So they're dating now?
Yes.
Cool.
What?
Great. Good for them. I'm so sorry, Amy, about your relationship, but like,
bro. He said, I just wanted an art room. I wanted to do something with the spare room, and I ended up gay.
I was literally just thinking to myself, like, man, we've only had like straight ones. I really wish we had some gay ones that we had read, but here we go. All right.
Notable comments. It's great you found someone you truly love, but really, dude, you have some compassion for Amy. Do you realize you just threw her whole life upside down by telling her the person she is probably in love with will never actually, never actually loved her and can never, and now you also suddenly move in the person you truly love into the home she probably envisioned as a place you two would raise a family. I would never say you should live a lie to make your family or any of that BS, but you seriously could have just done this more tactfully, by not moving him in so quickly. Hell, do you even know once the divorce process is done that either of you will ever own this house anymore?
Did he say that he was moving Ben in? Because it looked like it said he was going to be living in a guest room and then living at Ben's place.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, you're right. He
like 50-50 guest room, Ben's place. It didn't say that he had moved Ben in that I understood.
Yeah, you're right. OP's reply, sorry, I think my wording is coming off wrong in the post because another person thought the same thing. To clarify, I didn't move Ben into my home. I meant that I now sometimes stay in a guest room at my own home, so Amy and I aren't sleeping in the same bed, and sometimes staying at Ben's while we get through this transitional period.
Yeah. I'm gonna scroll.
If only you had this conversation before emotionally cheating on her, but at least you took people's advice and not dragged it on any longer. But why are you splitting time between the house you currently live with Amy and Ben? Isn't that a little insensitive? I know you guys have broken up, but you're essentially going to be reminding Amy every time you're not in the house that you're over at the person you left her for. Why not stay at Ben's while you guys sort everything out? I also vaguely remember a comment about the house being a lifelong birthday present for Amy. Just curious what happened to that. Does that mean you're buying Amy's share of the house?
Okay, I will say that, like, emotional cheating is a real thing, but I'm gonna be fair to him. He probably did not realize he was emotionally cheating.
He probably didn't realize
until he realized. Yeah, until he realized he was gay. So, I won't be too hard on him about that because he probably was not doing that intentionally. Probably just thought he had like a bromance.
Yeah, especially since he was like, I never felt this way about a dude before. I'm currently looking for a place of my own to stay for a time being. I don't expect my friend to house me full time on such a short notice. We haven't discussed how we're splitting assets yet. I don't think she's potentially interested in keeping the house or if that's an option for her.
Oh, so they're not dating.
But he's Ben's definitely in love with him.
Yeah, but Ben's just being very understanding. Okay.
Are you in love with Ben? I don't know if I'm fully prepared to confront this yet. While I subconsciously knew my feelings for Ben were a lot more different and more intense than anything I've ever felt before, it's hard for me to even admit that to myself a little while ago. That's why all the sexuality questions on my last post felt off to me. It was forcing me to be vulnerable. They also made me angry in a way because literal strangers were pointing out things about me from a simple post slash few comments that I struggled to see about myself. In an attempt to answer the question, if this isn't what in love feels like, I'm kind of scared to experience the real thing with this all-consuming level of fulfillment already. Bro, sometimes you need another person to be like, bro, you're gay, to realize you're gay. Honestly.
Yeah.
Real talk. Because, like, someone had to tell me I'm gay for me to be like, oh shit, you right. You don't know. You don't know. They know. Is he in love with you? You would need to ask him that one. The level of care and overwhelming support I've received all throughout our friendship is especially, all throughout our friendship, but especially since we've had this conversation, certainly makes me feel loved. Bro,
So
they're gonna get married.
I think they're not officially dating yet. I think Ben might be helping him get through the divorce first, and then
That's
it
probably
might become
respectful.
official.
That seems like the respectful
Yeah.
thing to do.
That's probably what it is, because or he's like the most caring bestie ever. But either way, he does
So
clearly
caring that he made you gay.
he does clearly love OP. If not in love with OP.
Bro, they're
which
gonna
is
get
good.
married.
They're gonna get gay married. He bought Ben a $3,400 pair of Gucci shoes for his birthday.
Oh god.
While his wife got a 230 Kate Spade bag for hers. Okay, first of all, big spender on both of them anyways, but yeah, Ben kind of got the better side of that coin.
Yeah, he's in love with him.
Let's see. What do you want to bet Amy thought that room would become a nursery? Oh, that's possible. That is possible. That would be also a reason to avoid actually starting a project in there.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's kind of hard to bring up the topic of like hoping it's a nursery. And then also a reason to get so frustrated when it turned out that he was making something for his supposed friend.
Yeah.
Glad r/LGBT didn't give OP a free pass for the way he's treating his wife because he's awakening to his sexuality. His I'm not cheating on my wife, I'm coming out BS reminds me of how Kevin Spacey, I don't know what happened with Kevin Spacey. I'm queer myself and I loathe when people expect a free pass for shitty behavior. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say there's a level of like we need to take into consideration of him straight up not realizing at first.
Yeah.
But I will say that like boy, is that like such a hard thing to just like throw on your wife all of a sudden, and that really sucks for her.
It reminds me of that one show, what is it called? Is it Grace and Frankie or something like that? Yeah, Grace and Frankie. That kind of similar situation. I don't know if you know anything about that show.
No.
It's a good show. It's about these two families who are total opposites, and they've been a family for a very long time. You know, the main characters are two older women, and they hate each other, and their husbands are business partners with each other, and then they realize that their husbands realize that they're actually gay for each other and divorce their wives. So their wives have to deal with the fallout, and it's like both like touches on like the family's response, like both the family's response to like finding out their dads are gay and are like leaving their not leaving their family, but like leaving their wives. that they've been married to for a long, long time, and it focuses on like the women who hated each other, like trying to like come to terms with the like going through the exact same thing, and like deals with like the husbands like now trying to deal with like what kind of relationship they have with their ex-wives who they've been married to for a long time, so they still have a relationship. Yeah. And it deals with like how their relationship is and how like realizing you're gay as an old man is and stuff like that. It's a very good show. But this reminds me of that, where it's just like, well, it's not a good situation, but you don't want to feel like hateful towards them for doing it, but also you're still not like, you understand if someone would be angry at them. Like it's a complicated situation.
Yeah. Also, apparently he gave Ben a key to the house.
Oh, bro. I know he's like, I'm mad that like people realize stuff I didn't even realize about myself, but like, bro, you're very gay. You were in love with this man.
Yeah, this does suck for Amy. I'd say there was some behavior here that like was maybe a little ignorant on his part, like people he seemed surprised that it wasn't normal to give people a key to your house, like your friend a key to your house. That doesn't fly for everyone, and again, that would have been something to talk to the wife about at the time. So, like, poor Amy. The guy's not an asshole for realizing he's gay, but some of the ignorance is a little
crazy,
a little weird.
I think like part of the problem is because he's never had male friendships, that he was just like, this one must be what a bromance is like. We're just having a bromance. This is normal. Right? Yeah. I think he might just be stupid.
Whoa, somebody chewed him out. Oh my god, somebody chewed him. It's still going.
Bro.
Whoa. This person really felt something about it. I don't know.
I wonder how the wife feels.
I feel like because I'm so removed from the situation, it's easier for me to be like, glad he found out he's gay, feel so sorry for the wife.
Yeah.
And I think we're missing a little bit of context here because this is like a repost. And I don't care to go to the other post, but apparently he like had a whole bunch of comments about the situation and stuff. But at the base level of what we've seen here, boy does it suck that this happened to Amy. You know, good for Ben for helping, and good for OP for realizing that he's gay.
Yeah. Although maybe you should have realized before you were married.
Maybe ideally, but we all know that sometimes things happen.
Complicated.
Thank you for the head pats. Thank you. Well, you know, like also men can have a hard time making emotional connections with other men. Yeah. So if he like straight up never even tried to have an emotional connection like that with another man, he probably wouldn't have gotten those feelings any sooner. Okay, let's do one more.
Okay.
Do you want to do the top today, this week, this month, this year, or all time?
Oh gosh. Let's do this month.
I might have did that earlier. Okay. We have college money. Okay, we did this month. Hold on. Let's do this week then. Threatening to make the in-laws homeless. Gender reveal cupcakes. Hiding veggies in boyfriend's food.
Wait, that sounds funny.
Okay. Am I the asshole for hiding vegetables in my boyfriend's food? This one's pretty funny. Ooh, okay. We have two more.
Okay.
Because I did ask for suggestions, so now we have a suggestion.
Wait.
That's great.
I know about this one. It is
okay.
funny.
Do you want to read this one, and then I'll do the veggies one after?
Yeah. I don't remember what this. Today I fucked up. Although this isn't Am I the Asshole? This is Today I Fucked Up. Today I fucked up by arranging the parents of my girlfriends by pretending not to know what a potato is. I saw someone animate this. It was really fucking funny.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you, I've made a bad mistake this evening. My girlfriend, who let me tell you is my second girlfriend of all time, said I'm invited to dinner with her and her parents. I was very aghast, nervous, and bashful to be invited to such a situation, but I knew it must be done. I met them nicely, I should tell you, and it started off in a good way. The idea slapped my mind that I would do a comic bit to make a good impression and become known to them as a person who is amusing. When I saw the baked potatoes were served, I got the idea it would be very good if I pretended to not know what a potato was. That would be funny. Well, let me tell you, backfired in my face. I'll tell you how. So first, when the potato became on my plate, I acted very interesting. I showed an expression on my face so as to seem I was confused, astounded, but in a restrained way, curious and interested. They did notice and seemed confused, but did not remark. So I asked, "This looks very interesting. What is it?" They stared at me, and the mother said, "It's a baked potato." And I was saying, "Oh, interesting, a baked, what is it again?" And she said, and she was like, "A potato." And I said, and I was like, "A potato, oh, interesting. I've never heard of a potato, looks pretty good." And then they didn't see I was clowning, but I thought I really did not know what a potato was. So I knew I would be very shamed, humiliated, depressed, and disgusted if I admitted to making a bad joke. So what I did was act as if it was not a joke, but I committed to the act pretending I didn't know what a potato was. See, that's a mistake. You should have just been like, I'm just joshing with you. I know what a potato is.
Yeah.
They asked me, very incredulous, did I really not know what a potato is? That I had never heard of a potato. I went with it and told them, yes, I had never heard of a potato. Not only had I never eaten a potato, I've never heard of the word potato. This went on for a bit, and my girlfriend was acting very confused and embarrassed by my fucked up antics. And then more insistent that I was not knowing what a potato is, was with them parents starting to think I did know what a potato was. Well, let me tell you, I had to commit 100% at this point. When I would not admit to knowing what a potato was, the father especially began to get annoyed. At one point, he said something like, "Enough is enough, you're fucking with us, admit it." And I said, "Sir, before today, I had never heard of a potato. I still don't know what a potato is. Other than some kind of food, I don't know what to tell you." Well, let me tell you, he got very annoyed. I decided to take a bite of the potato, and when I did, I made a high-pitched noise and said, "Tastes very strange."
Please pause. Ember said, "Dude, I have to fuck this man."
Bro, no, I'm shaming you.
No, you're too good.
This guy is a wreck. This guy is a fucking wreck. Just look at how he writes Reddit posts. This is a train wreck to read. This guy is obnoxious.
When you don't know how to end the funny bit.
I know.
For real. Okay, I scroll.
Well,
there you go.
Oh, wait. Oh, that is when the father started yelling at me, and the mother kept saying, "What are you doing?" And my girlfriend went to some other room. Finally, the father said I should get the fuck out of his house, and I said it was irrational to treat me like this because I had never heard of a potato before. Well, let me tell you, he didn't take that kindly. Now in text messages, I've been telling my girlfriend I really don't know what a potato is. The only way I can ever get out of this is for them to buy that I don't know what a potato is. I wish I never started it, but I can't go back. I think she will break up with me anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
I will say this is accidental asshole. I can't imagine this kind of like thought process.
This guy has a problem.
Never ever did you hear of a potato, eh?
I wonder if I could fucking find that video. Invent religion.
Never let your parents meet unless they have been briefed and can be trusted to dive on any grenades. Unwavering commitment to the bit. You know what? Ember does love commitment to the bit.
Oh my god, there's actually a couple of videos on it.
Oh my god, invite your girlfriend to meet your parents. Have your father take her aside and ask if potatoes were served. Take her aside and ask if potatoes were served at the dinner with her parents. When she says yes, look alarmed, mutter something about wanting to keep them from him, and never mention the subject again. Can I make a tweet saying what is a potato? Yeah, you can summon a tweet.
Hey, someone made a short filmed adapted from this story.
Okay. Should we watch it?
Yeah.
Wait, how long?
2:30.
2 minutes and 30 seconds?
Seconds.
Yeah, we can watch that. Do you want to watch that?
Yeah.
To me, link.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. Where are you sending link?
Discord.
Okay. I am waiting. I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh. Hold on. I have to fix it for my stream because it's like super zoomed in. Display capture. Okay. Okay. There we go. What is a potato? Okay, I'll tweet that. Thank you for summoning a tweet.
I've never heard of one before.
Please don't show porn. Please don't show porn. Please don't show porn. Okay, you saw that I tweeted it. Goodbye.
Why did you just open it in a different tab? Like a different window?
I did open it. Look, because
like
that's just where I show it on stream. I show when I tweet on stream.
Oh, that
they
sounds
summoned
dangerous.
A tweet.
Well, just like pull it off to the side and make sure there's no porn, then pull it back onto the screen.
I usually do, but I didn't have time for that.
I panicked.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
It all started when my girlfriend's parents invited us over to dinner so that they could meet me.
Can you hear it?
Was a bit nervous, so I decided to show them how funny I could be. And when potatoes were served, I was like, "Oh, what is it?" And then her mother's like, "It's a baked potato." They didn't see that I was joking. I'm sorry, you said a baked what? Potato? They didn't think I was funny.
You've never had a baked potato before?
So I did the only thing I could think to do. Commit to the act of not knowing what a potato is.
The ones that watch the stream will know
I've
about
never
the potato.
even heard of a potato.
Stop jerking us around, right?
The more I insisted I didn't know what a potato was, the more upset they got. Look, I don't... What is this? Is it a vegetable? Is it a fruit?
You had a potato, Connor!
Where are you from?
Idaho, why?
Oh my god!
Where are you from? Idaho. Why?
Things only got worse from there.
Are you high?
Dad.
What?
Has he been smoking on the pot?
No!
Oh my god.
Smoking on the
Look
pot.
me in the eye
Where did you
and
meet
tell me
him?
that you have never had a potato before in your life. You know what a
It's
potato is.
obviously a foreign item from...
Where did you meet him?
Why are we getting upset about me not knowing what a potato is?
Because you should know what a potato
Why
is.
should I know what a potato is? Why are we counting
Can't you
potatoes?
just tell them you're joking? Just tell
I'm
them you're
not
joking.
joking.
Yes, you are.
Oh my god!
I have seen you eat potatoes.
She gave you an out.
So that's when I decided to go full Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh my god. I would watch 3 seasons of this.
Oh, we were good. That's when I realized. I fucked up.
Oh. Oh my god. Go, go, go.
Throw a potato at him.
What is this alien spud? He does not know.
He doesn't know.
That's the end. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
That was good.
They did so good reading that. Okay, hold on. Gotta make myself
Readjust.
a big boy again. Okay. Okay. Something like this. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Something like
Maybe. Okay. Last one, y'all.
Last one,
Thank
best
you.
one.
Stargren, thank you for sending that one because that was so fucking funny.
I love that one.
Okay. Am I the asshole for hiding vegetables in my boyfriend's food? Throwaway because he spends a lot of time on Reddit. This is the most ridiculous argument I've had with a grown man. I'd immediately say a little. You shouldn't hide them unless you tell him, you know?
Then he
Like,
won't
discuss
eat
it
'em.
with him.
Then he won't eat them.
Yeah, that's fine. That's his choice. He's an adult.
No, he needs to eat his veggies.
I, 28 female, have been with my boyfriend, 36 female? I'm assuming male. 36 or 26? Did they fuck up there? Oh my god. For a year, and we moved in together about 4 months ago. One of the first things I noticed about my boyfriend was that he never really ate vegetables. I'm gonna say this is a little personal for me because
Okay. You should eat your vegetables. Please.
I do. You know, but some of my partners don't like eating vegetables, so
You should eat vegetables. I'm begging you.
so I will have thoughts about this.
Have you tried
He
having
would
vegetables in their food?
Absolutely not. No. He would sometimes eat them if we were at a restaurant and they came as part of his meal, but he never ate them when I cooked for him. Originally, I thought that maybe my cooking was the problem, so I asked him if he enjoyed my food, and he told me he loves my cooking. On nights I didn't cook for him, he ate exclusively frozen foods and never ate the vegetables in those either. Naturally, he has some health issues, vitamin deficiencies, etc. He has phrased it to me as if he was somehow just genetically unlucky.
Well, you should definitely if you're having like some health issues because you're not eating vegetables, maybe you should like look into some vitamins.
Yeah.
Or something.
I believed it for a while because I don't know how that stuff works, but eventually it became clear to me that it's because he voluntarily eats a vegetable like once a month. 6 months ago, I started hiding vegetables in my cooking. If I was making pasta, I'd put the vegetables in I'd usually put in for myself, and then take half out and blend it so he wouldn't notice the vegetable chunks, and then tell him I just scooped out the veggies of his portion. This happens more often now that we live together because I do all the cooking. He's been telling me a lot lately how he's been feeling a lot better for the past few months, and has even had his doctor reduce the dosage of some of his medications, and he hasn't had to take his multivitamin in weeks. I kept my mouth shut because I'm just glad he's feeling better, and it really does me no harm to hide his veggies in his food. Yesterday I was making one of our regular pasta meals. It's one that's very easy to hide at least 4 veggies in, and I was about to blend my boyfriend's portion when the blender died mid-blend. I had to serve it in all of its veg chunk glory. My boyfriend refused to eat the vegetables, but when he tasted the sauce, he said it's weird how it tastes the exact same even though this one has veg in it, so I confessed. He screamed at me and called me a controlling bitch and said that it's none of my business if he thinks vegetables don't do anything. I pointed out that he said he felt better. He said his health was none of my business and that I'm a controlling, judgy asshole, and stormed out of our apartment to stay with his sister. His sister texted me to say he's fine, but she agrees with him. My friends agreed it's ridiculous that he didn't eat his veggies, but agree that I'm being an asshole. Am I the asshole? Okay, hold on. I didn't turn on my music.
I feel like that's a bit of an extreme reaction to someone caring about your well-being.
It's all too common in these posts to read something like, my 19 female boyfriend, 47 male won't let me open the door at home.
God, that's true.
That is true. I'm gonna say it is a little assholey to be hiding vegetables without talking to him about it. For one thing,
I do like. Yes, I agree, but if it's to the point where it's affecting his health like that, like I'm a little bit more more lenient because like I'm like kind of like, well, now you're just hiding the cheese. You're hiding the pill and the cheese at this point because he has to.
But it's like he is a 36-year-old man. Like, he first of all should be informed about
He should
the
know that a
decisions he's
vegetable
making for
does
his
something.
body.
Why does he think vegetables don't do anything?
I think that's just a red flag at that point. Like, if he doesn't want, like, if he doesn't want to eat vegetables no matter what, and your solution is hiding them in his food, first of all, you should talk to him about that being an option. See if he wants to try it. But like, he is like a walking red flag, dude.
Yeah, he's not great.
Like,
he's not a great dude, especially if he calls you like, if he blows up at you like that for like worrying about his health like that. Like going to that extreme length of like custom making his food so he won't notice vegetables in it, and then calling you like a horrible bitch, and then leaving.
Controlling bitch.
Yeah. Like, that
I think
seems
the
a bit
situation.
extreme.
I think the situation is weird. She shouldn't have been hiding them, in my opinion. And if she felt that she had to hide them, that she had to treat them like a little baby, that obviously, like, they are not meant to be together, in my opinion.
Obviously, the fact that she does all the cooking and then like he can't cook for himself at all is also kind of a red flag, especially at his age and how young she is compared to him. It's a little weird.
I have two partners who don't like eating a ton of veggies for different reasons. They do eat certain veggies, each of them, but there's different reasons for both of them why they don't like certain veggies. And one of the big ones is
like veggies,
texture issues and flavor. Texture issues is a huge one, actually. And I think it would be really unfair of me to judge anybody for not eating something for texture issues, because I don't eat stuff for texture issues.
I also I have a partner who also doesn't eat vegetables for texture issues. I have to special make his food when I make.
And if I was in this situation,
that being said, I have also hid medicine in his food before to get him to eat a pill.
Well, he also doesn't know how to take pills, so that's like a different issue.
I hid it in a brownie, and he was like, "Oh, thank you for doing that and not telling me."
Yeah, but that's different. Y'all have been together forever. Y'all have that level of trust. This is like they started living together 4 months ago.
That's true. This seems like a weird fucking relationship.
And I don't know. It's just such a weird. It's such a weird situation. Like, she shouldn't have been hiding it, and he shouldn't have blown up like that. But I would, like, if I made the wild decision to hide stuff, like, hide what I'm feeding my partner who doesn't eat the thing that I'm feeding them, then I would understand if they got angry at me. If my partner was hiding fish in my food, like, I would get upset. But the level of upsetness, saying controlling bitch, that's really fucked up.
Well, I feel like fish would be different, though, because, like, you can, like, yours is, like, I feel like a different thing, you know? And also, like, your health is not being negatively affected because you're not eating fish.
But at the end of the day, it's not a different thing. I don't eat fish. This person doesn't eat veggies, and it's really weird to hide from them that you're making them eat veggies. I think that should have been like a, hey, I have an idea, like, maybe if we do this thing,
I feel like
feel
the
better.
fact that she hid was maybe because he would have fucking called her a controlling bitch for wanting him to eat vegetables. Like, I feel like maybe he has some anger issues around vegetables, possibly.
Well, okay, Ember just said, I would be happy to eat more veggies if my brain didn't go into fight or flight over the bad feel. And speaking of that, we literally have found a way to get more onions in our cooking.
Yeah, with the onion powder.
In a positive way with onion powder. So, like, there's other options here.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it. I just feel like maybe she hid them. Because, like, she went through a lot of effort to hide vegetables in his food without telling him. I feel like maybe she did not feel like she could tell him, and in which I'm like, that's kind of not great.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's like a red flag. Like, if she didn't feel comfortable having a conversation with him about these options that he could have for eating vegetables, and she cares about him so much that she wants him to eat vegetables and feel better, but she didn't feel comfortable having the conversation about it and making a plan with him to work with him about the vegetables, then obviously there's a red flag there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thread is now locked. Not the asshole. This is a grown man, 8 years old. Oh my god, get out of the way. 8 years older than you. If he has a problem with your cooking, let him make his own food. That's true, and I do think his sister is coddling him a little bit. I think that it's okay that he got upset. I don't think the way that he got upset is okay, and I don't think the way he lives is okay. I don't think the way he lives is okay.
I would not call someone, even someone I just started dating, a controlling, judgy bitch for like clearly, like, she's not trying to poison me. She's trying to make me eat vegetables.
Just start dating. They've been together for a year. They just moved in together 4 months ago. But I was gonna say, what was it? Oh, I lost it. It's fine. It sounds like he has a personal issue with vegetables. It does. It really does. It sounds like
he has some anger issues around vegetables. I'm like, why do they make him so angry like that?
Well, because he can eat them, and he's shown that he can eat them, like at restaurants and stuff. When it was something he was paying for, essentially.
Yeah, it's weird because it doesn't seem like he's like, I don't know if he's not like disgusted, like a texture thing by him. He's like, they make him angry. Like, why do they make him angry, and why does he think they don't do anything? Like, I wonder if they
emasculate him somehow.
maybe
like if he's
maybe he's one of those guys that's like, I only eat steaks, vegetables are for rabbits type dude.
Yeah, something like that.
God,
maybe. Yeah, and I think... Well, hold on. Oh my god. He should rightfully go on the reject pile for OP and every other woman. A man who cannot be an adult for himself and eat things that do good for him is a self-sabotaging and her-sabotaging asshole unfit for partnership. Oh my god. So strong about that. I'd say... He, like... The situation I have where my partners don't eat a lot of vegetables, they're not like ill about it. Like they're still eating what they need to be healthy. They're not ill about it. Like, this is fucking wild.
Like the fact that like he thinks vegetables don't do anything is wild to me. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's your main source of vitamins, bro. Like, if you were really like, I'm not gonna eat vegetables, you know, some people are like, I'm not gonna eat meat, so they go to a nutritionist and take like vitamins to replace that. Like,
yeah.
Why aren't you like, if you're really like, I'm not gonna eat vegetables, why aren't you taking like medication for it?
Well, he is though. Like, she said she started hiding it, and he's been telling her a lot lately that he's feeling better. And his doctor reduced the dosage of some of his medications, and he hasn't had to take his multivitamin.
Blood pressure. I meant like medications like vitamins and stuff like that.
Well, he took a multivitamin.
That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it if you're not eating vegetables. Yeah, that's not gonna give you all your vitamins.
Yeah, that is true.
You gotta go to a specialist and like set up a routine. You know.
I really think that from the beginning, the fact that she felt like she had to hide it was like a really big indicator that this relationship was not good.
Yeah.
His mom forced nothing but vegetables down his throat, but he's an adult. Like, my mom forced a lot of spaghetti down my throat, and 40? I don't... Yes, and I don't want to eat spaghetti, but I will if somebody makes it for me, you know? Like...
And that's not even something you need to live. You don't need spaghetti to live.
It's not... It's not...
It's just...
Come on.
Bro. This broccoli traumatized me.
It was the same way till my girlfriend kind of got me to start eating vegetables, I guess. I felt much better afterwards and just, yeah. Mine is squash. I will straight up fight someone over having to eat the nasty hell food.
See, I hate squash too.
Love squash.
You don't have to love vegetables, but if you're gonna choose to not eat any vegetables, you should look into like other ways to get your vitamins.
Like you still need what you're getting from vegetables. So if you don't eat vegetables, you still need to get those things.
Like, you shouldn't be like, vegetables don't do shit, and then suffer like from like health problems because you won't eat fucking vegetables. Like, what the fuck?
Like every human's diet if it did nothing.
That's crazy. That's such a childish way of thinking at almost 40, of being like, vegetables don't do anything for me, so I no eat vegetables. Yucky fruit. Yucky. Like,
Also, this got me wanting to eat squash.
you want to eat squash? No.
I love squash sautéed with like butter and onions, and
don't
then
like the
served with
texture of
like
squash.
cheese on top.
They're too
Oh, I
squishy.
love it.
It's too
I love it. It's so
like
good.
okra and squash.
I love okra. Oh my
No,
god.
nasty. You gotta
Oh,
if you want
fried?
to if you gotta feed me okra, you gotta grind it up so like, I can't taste the slime.
fried
Mix
okra
it
is
with
like a little
something.
treat for me.
That's so
I could eat it like a snack.
Ugh. Ugh. I can't.
I have to disagree with everyone here, not the asshole. So I guess a
Oh.
lot of people were saying the asshole.
Hydrate.
Good for you.
But they
Get
were
your
they were
hydrate.
they were ruled not the asshole.
Yeah, but it looks like I guess at the beginning when they posted it, maybe a lot of people were saying asshole.
I'm sure his poop sucks. Get a new boyfriend. Can we not talk about like how rancid his cum is?
Holy shit. The things women will do for men who literally just don't care is just embarrassing at some points. As a member of the species, stop. He's not a dog that needs his tick antibiotics rolled up in a dozen layers of Swiss cheese coated in peanut butter. You're literally battling a grown man and leading a whole ass double life to get him to eat his vegetables. Please, do yourself a favor and find a guy that can handle a little broccoli once a week.
God.
Oh my god. Thank you for the hydrate and the big stretch and the plushie pile.
And like the age difference just kind of makes this even
Oh.
weirder for me. It adds another layer to me. For me. In this.
Yeah.
Of like a weird like mommy layer.
Yeah. There's your plushie right there. And
I want a
big
plushie.
stretch. Thank you for the cutie reminder. Okay.
Oh, I also got a
Big-
stretch. Oh, no, I sunk into the desk. Oh god.
Stretch.
I'm in the desk now. Okay,
Let's go.
I'm back. Thank you, Rice.
Okay. Thank you, Rice. Again, I think it was weird to hide stuff in his food. I think it was weird that she got to the point where she felt like she had to hide stuff and not talk to him about it.
Yeah.
I think the relationship was unhealthy.
I think
and
that was a bad relationship.
I hope everything's okay now, though. Dudes who are like, I don't
Also,
have to
red
grow
flag,
up.
he
It's my
uses Reddit a
girlfriend's
lot.
job. Oh my god, that's true. I don't have to grow up. It's my girlfriend's job to do that for me. What's a red flag, though? What'd you just say?
Also, red flag, he uses Reddit a lot.
Yeah. Info. Did he explicitly ask you to not add vegetables into his food? If not, then it's just a really strange behavior from him. Why on earth does it matter that you were cooking with certain ingredients which happen to be healthy if he hadn't even noticed? Even more so when vegetables are completely normal things to use in the type of cooking you described. No, he didn't. When we talked about it, he said he really doesn't like vegetables, but he didn't ask me not to add vegetables. And that's the only response we've gotten 3 days
see.
ago. So that even makes it more like she shouldn't have been intentionally hiding vegetables, but like that adds like another layer of like he didn't ask her not to.
Yeah.
Like
he didn't
like,
say like, hey, I can't eat vegetables.
like I ask you not to cook stuff with pork in it, so you don't. And if I didn't ask you not to cook stuff with pork in it, then I wouldn't complain.
Yeah,
You
if
know?
you just told me, I'm not really a fan of pork, I'd probably still cook stuff with pork and offer it to you. Versus if you told me I cannot eat pork. That's a big difference, you know?
So he didn't tell her not to do it. And I mean, a tomato sauce is literally made out of like a fruit, so
Yeah, and it
It's-
probably
it's
has
not-
vegetables in it.
it's not abnormal to put veggies in it. It's just not her responsibility to do that for real. He's definitely an asshole. I think that she shouldn't have hid stuff in his food without telling him, but I do think that
I think she
the
should spit in
whole
his food.
relationship is fucked up and weird. If he wants to live like that, then that's on him. That's
I guess
true.
if he wants to die young. Jesus.
What a weirdo. What all I really learned from Am I the Asshole post, by the way, is just the straights are not okay.
Yeah.
That's all at the end of the day, that's what I gather is like, if it's either their relationships with each other, or their relationships with their families.
They just really don't like fucking talking. Like, that's the number one thing with my issue with straight people. And obviously, you know, not all straights, you know, gay people too. But, like, disclaimer. But, like, straight people just do not like fucking talking to each other. And I'm always like, this issue, like, all of these posts could probably have been solved if you just talked to your partner or your family. Like, why did you not? Like, why did you go on Reddit instead?
Why not practice healthier communication?
Exactly. I'm like, why did you, like, scream and call your partner, like, a horrible whore and then storm out and go on Reddit instead of, like, talking to her?
My sweet angel, you're streaming art.
What?
It doesn't matter.
Well,
we're out of
late.
here anyways.
It's too late, yeah.
Thank you for reading Am I the Asshole post with me.
Readings, then farting.
Thank you so much for the follow, Q-sama. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm at 699 followers.
Hell yeah.
One more. Time to test something. Oh, whoa. So, I think we're gonna get ready to leave. Serenity, do you have somebody you want to hang out with? In the meantime.
Let me
Oh, we're ending with a hip sway. Okay, here you go. Here y'all go. And Serenity's getting to be just in the middle of it.
Ooh.
I have some art, some just chatting, some Minecraft.
Let me see what I got.
Know what we're just chatting about. Let me see. Saturday Segs night. Oh, whoa. What are they talking about? For my chat, there's my socials. And Serenity, is yours like exclamation point links?
No, mine's exclamation point social.
Social, got it.
Cool.
There's
Boomcats.
Serenity's.
Streaming.
Who?
Cool Boomcat.
Cool Boomcat. Okay, we can go over there. There's our socials, so you can find us everywhere. Make sure to go follow Serenity over here. Shout out.
Yay!
Serenity Legs. He's a wonderful little gremlin of an angel. And he does really good art. He does really awesome art streams, and he also likes to play comfier games, indie games, stuff like that. And then here's my Discord, because for my chat, we have subscriber only anime club tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Woo!
So get there or don't, whatever.
I swear, baby.
And here's my raid message.
Oh yes,
Serenity.
here's my raid
You
message.
got your raid message ready?
Stinky time, baby.
Serenity's raid message is stinky time. It's stinky time, baby, and mine is soft little hugs for woo. So when we get to where we're going, that's what we're gonna say, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Serenity's chat, for watching Am I the Asshole with us,
Yes,
and thank you, my chat.
Softy's chat.
It was very fun. My stream doesn't normally do. Hold on, I'm typing in Cool Boomcat so it can start doing the countdown. My stream usually does Grounded on Saturdays, but Floop is busy today and next Saturday, so you might see Serenity next Saturday again.
Hell yeah. Don't know what
Hee.
we're doing. I can't remember if we decided.
We haven't decided, but we'll figure it out. So until Monday, that's my next stream. Serenity, do you have another stream planned?
Not yet. Probably
Not yet. An art stream, of course.
Yeah.
Until next time for Serenity, or Monday for me. See y'all at all those places, and see y'all at Cool Boomcats.
Bye. See you.
Bye.